Yes, guys, yes, people, welcome back for a double upload. I didn't even expect to be uploading today. I thought my day was done. Fucking hell. Harry Kane news out of nowhere that apparently he was really pushing for a move out of Tottenham at the end of the season. I don't even know whether to truly believe it or not because it's only just come out now. But with the sources that are stating it, it does seem like there is at least a bit of legitimacy to it. What is it? Kane has apparently told Spurs that he wants to leave, and he hopes that Daniel Levy will let him go after years of service to Tottenham. You know, no reward, but Tottenham anyways. Kane would also like to stay in the Premier League, which is to be expected, to be fair. But we're expecting that Spurs' rivalry of Chelsea will be a major obstacle in negotiations. But apparently, Manchester City, Man United, and Chelsea have all registered interest in the last few hours with the news that Harry Kane could potentially be leaving Spurs. And yeah, we're here to just discuss the legitimacy of this and whether we actually think we stand a chance for Harry Kane even joining us. Because really and truly, nah. This is my personal idea. I don't think this one is happening. I'd like to see us make a push because I think if Harry Kane goes to one of our rivals, we are pissed. Like, if he goes to Manchester United, suddenly they're legit title contenders now. They're not just like near or thereabouts with Ole tax and everything like that. If Manchester City win it, the league is done for the next 4 or 5 years straight. So we have to try and make a push for Harry Kane if there is even the option for it. But even with that in mind, I just don't see them selling it. Like, I saw my mate Slab put on Twitter, the last time Spurs have sold as a player was, what was it, 40 years ago. The last time a player went from Tottenham to Chelsea. So with that in mind, like I don't see him coming to Chelsea. I don't see Levy selling him to us. I don't think he'd sell us oxygen, let alone an actual football player. I don't think it's happening. But guys, what are you guys' thoughts on the recent Harry Kane news?
No,
You go
I
first.
can't lie. Yeah, if you look at it from our perspective, yeah, there's an issue in our team that is the goal scoring threat from our squad, and he has been becoming of our problem ever since Tuchel came in, literally. But we need striker at all costs this summer. And if you look at Harry Kane's stats, well, arguably one of the greatest goal scorers in the history, yeah, it would be the perfect solution for our woes in attack. But do I think the deal is possible? I don't think so. The first reason that I can think of in my mind, probably the political issue between Tottenham and Chelsea, and if you look at it from Chelsea's perspective, there's no way in the world
Ben,
that
you
Chelsea
dickhead.
would do a business with the arch rivals Tottenham. No way in hell, unless Roman Abramovich got a specific target in his mind. So yeah.
Well, we are looking for a prolific striker, and to be honest, Kane really does fit the bill. The only question is the injuries. My only thing is, it's just Daniel Levy ain't gonna sell this guy. Like, I wanted to do the stream for the discussion and everything because I do think if there is even a sniff of a chance for it, we should do it. But what sort of price tag do you think would even tempt Daniel Levy to even make this sort of move?
Plus 100.
Can
Plus
I?
100 million.
Can I? Yeah, like I think like 150 million and Tammy Abraham. Give him a striker, so they get a player on their hands as well. If we're gonna tempt him, give him a lot of money and a decent striker. I would say.
Can I? Because I can't be too long, lads. I'm just gonna say because this has all come on really like out of the blue. Well, it's never out of the blue. Right. The way I look at it is like this. It's very unlikely, I think, that this can go through. Anything happen with Chelsea, we know that, and the money talks. I think the deal will lie. I've always said it from day one. I think Manchester United are the favourites. I think if they get Harry Kane, it changes the whole dynamics of their side, and I just don't see him as a City profile player. Like, with all due respect, like obviously if Pep took him on, he'd score bags of goals. I don't doubt that, but for his system and the way he plays, I don't know. I'm not so convinced. I think they'd probably go for Haaland for the similar money if that's the case. But for me, Harry Kane would be a no-brainer. You go and buy him. His stats are ridiculous. We know he's Premier League proven. He'd smash it in Europe. I think if Harry Kane wants to stay in London because for family reasons, we are the only London club that can pay the money. So if it's a case that he wants to stay in London, then yeah, I think we could push to get him. And like Chris said, we might have to throw in a player or two to get him, which is fine. We're good with that. And I'd probably do it, even if he is injury prone. But we've got an amazing medical team, so I'm not too fussed about his injuries and that, because Tottenham have always had a bad history of when their players get injured. Like look at Darren Anderton back in the day; the guy never left the injury room, man. So
I know, but like if we're going to talk about injuries, like look at the players that we have. Hudson-Odoi always seems to get an injury. Christian Pulisic, we already know about Christian Pulisic. Who else?
Not as bad as Kane.
Kante.
In that position,
Kante.
in that position, we do have players that could cover. We do have players in that position of Harry Kane. Tottenham always have to play Harry Kane. They always have to overuse him. And that's why he's been getting all these injuries. I think we would have, if he came to our team, we will be able to rotate and maybe not play him in so many games. You know, we would have the capabilities of also not playing Harry Kane every single game. So
I'll be honest, I think rivalry goes out the window as well. Like it's not like back in the day. This tribalism isn't so there with players. The loyalty factor isn't there. I think it's down to Levy mainly. He's out of all the clubs. He probably won't want to sell to Chelsea for obvious reasons. But you know, why would you want to sell to any other Premier League? You're trying to compete. So at the end of the day, you're going to have to sell him to a Premiership club, whether it be Chelsea or United or City. It's still going to affect you. It's still going to dent you. So I think that obviously the fault of Mount and Havertz and Kane and I'd be mad. I ain't going to lie, I'd be mad. And even if it's for like 3 seasons, I think we will win titles with Kane. But then I feel the same way with Haaland. Haaland will need more time to adjust. But if you want instant a finished article striker in world football, we mentioned it today. Kane is the only striker out there that's proven pedigree in the Premiership
And
consistently.
Lukaku, I was going to say this as well.
Yeah, go on.
The news also came out that Antonio Conte is looking more and more likely to be leaving Inter Milan. And with that in mind, apparently Lukaku could be up for grabs as well for 80 million euros. That is a very, very good price tag for Lukaku. And I'm going to be real. If that's legit, which the sources sound really legit, if it is legit, I don't even want to look at Harry Kane. Go straight for Romelu Lukaku. Man is at that price. And I know he's going to want to finish his job at Chelsea too, because he's left a lot of unfinished business at this club. It's a match made in heaven.
It depends.
I've been advocating for Lukaku for months. Wayne, go for it, man.
I'm going to say, if we look at it with Tottenham, they need a new manager, and we don't know who's that going to be at the moment. If Conte leaves Inter Milan, there's no reason why Conte might not go to Tottenham. He might end up coming to Tottenham as one of the managers back in the Premier League. If he does, I can see them saying, right, Lukaku be the one to replace Harry Kane. Because you got to look at it, they've got no strikers. I can't say his name, the Benfica striker they got on loan. He's going back there. Harry Kane obviously wants to leave. That leaves no strikers for him. So they will want to get...
That's a good shout, because thinking how Levy thinks, he'd sell Kane for whatever, 150, buy Lukaku for 80 million. He's still made profit, and he's got a prime striker. Yeah.
Lukaku at Tottenham, don't.
But you've got to look at it as well. They will want they will want to buy a striker. Haaland will not go to Tottenham. We know that.
No way.
And then you look at all the strikers available at the moment. There's not many out there that are going to replace Harry Kane for Harry Kane. There's only a few well-cast strikers. So you got to look at it from their point of view. If they sold Chelsea and we put Tammy Abraham and Hakim Ziyech involved, as well as a bit of money, they probably would take that deal, because they're getting a striker, they're getting the midfielder, and they're getting money, and they can use that money elsewhere to get a main striker in.
You know
what I'm saying?
Lots of gamers saying, has anyone factored in geography? Kane may not want to leave London, and Arsenal wouldn't be an upgrade for Harry. I get that, but it's also going to be Daniel Levy's final decision, and he's not going to make it favourable to Harry Kane if he's losing his star player by a mile. But the first thing you want to do is not strengthen his closest rival.
If he wants to stay in London, Lewis, I mean, Levy ain't really got any legs to stand on, really. Do you know what I mean? Because
he kind of does. Kane's on a 3-year contract, isn't he?
Yeah, but if Chelsea go in, If Chelsea
Bro,
go
they
in and
could
pay
hold
their
him
asking
down. They'd be
price-
like, nah, man, you signed this 3-year contract. You better be ready to play every single day of it.
yeah,
Yep.
but he'll say,
You can do a
I want to
Courtois,
go,
though. You can do a
and then-
Courtois.
and then Chelsea will put the money down.
What?
If
Go
Chelsea put the money
AWOL.
down,
Harry
Yeah.
Kane ain't gonna do that. Like, we know what type of guy he is. He ain't gonna do that.
I think we can use Tammy as leverage for this deal. That's the only upside to it because they've actually come out for Tammy and now they want to pay 20 or 25 million for Tammy. So I guess, and I think we can use Tammy as leverage to get Kane.
Yeah.
you say that, Lewis, yeah, but he's already come out and said he wants to move on. Like, that's a big thing. That's a big, like, is this definitely true? I mean, has this come from Fabrizio?
Not
Not
Fabrizio,
Fabrizio.
but Fabrizio isn't the be-all, end-all anyway.
Yeah, I know,
They're
but
not big
normally
sources.
pretty.
But he also Fabrizio
Yeah.
Romano works for Sky Sports, and Sky Sports is the one that released it. So he does.
Yeah, but-
for Sky.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. But I just look, if you want to stay in London, we're obviously the main club. Like, and if you look at it from Harry Kane's point of view, right? If you want to stay in London, Chelsea, even if you don't want to stay in London, what the quality of manager we've got, the fact we're in Champions League final, you know, we're going to have Champions League next year. We are clearly progressing. United are progressing, but they're not under an elite manager. And Tuchel is closer to an elite manager than Ollie is. Let's have it right. And obviously Pep, if Pep wants Kane, they'll probably go for it. But then he's got the thing of, I've got to move to Manchester, and I don't, maybe for family reasons. He's a very family guy. I know people that know of him. He's a family oriented guy. So if his family want to stay in London, then boy, we could be in for a long summer.
Here's the thing. I know it's early days, regardless, so we can only take everything with a pinch of salt. But Jordan's saying City won't break their structure. United can't get both Sancho and Kane, so we can get whichever one they don't.
Yeah.
City need a striker. Like, Aguero's leaving in the summer. Jesus isn't the one for them either. United can't get both Sancho or Kane. They could go for Harry Kane. Like, they don't necessarily need another creator as opposed to an actual finisher. Harry Kane with Fernandes and Pogba, I can't even be asked for it, man. Harry Kane would be what makes them legit title contenders, so I could see him go for him first. If it means we get Sancho, I mean, that's one positive we can take out of it, but we need a clinical finisher first. I mean, that's why we could also look at Lukaku too, innit?
Well, like you said,
but would you
said about
Wade.
Inter Milan earlier about it with Conte. If that's the case, why won't Man City go for Martinez, who's supposed to be the replacement for Aguero?
Yeah,
So
I agree
you
with
will
that.
think that would be
Because they can only go for one or the other, and it's sounding like Lukaku's the one that's leaving, and not what's his name, Martinez. I haven't heard enough about him
Only 2
leaving
weeks
yet.
ago, there was Lukaku saying everyone was saying Lukaku's not going, and all of a sudden now he's going.
Yeah.
It's only the
I'd
sources
like-
that said it. It's only the sources that are making me listen a bit more.
I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna read too much into it, but Harry Kane is clear as day. It's clear as day that the guy wants to move, and I don't blame him because they're not going anywhere quickly. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Sports
look at the
sources
manager they've
understand.
got.
Talksport sources understand Man City is Harry Kane's preferred destination. Not too surprised at that one, but that's just coming out of Talksport, innit? Things seem like it's pushing towards that one anyway. It's the only one that makes the most sense.
Could you imagine though,
Okay.
with the reason why he probably goes as well, is he's got a good relationship with Kyle Walker, so he's probably got that information already in there. But if you look at Chelsea, for example, if he did want to go Chelsea, he will know firsthand what sort of quality in the box he will get because he knows how good Reece James is and Ben Chilwell, and he understands what Mason Mount brings to the side. So he's got he's got understanding how Chelsea will work because that's how we work as it is.
We've got a winning mentality, Wayne.
I don't know about that though.
Yep.
If I had an opportunity right now, to be honest, all right, I'm a Chelsea fan, so I would have that Chelsea like regular. But if I'm a neutral and I'm like, do I have a chance to play for City under Pep Guardiola with the players around that need a striker, or Chelsea? I'm going to City. Like, you know what I mean? If I was Kane, and he's a Tottenham boy, so it's like that's the extra factor. Like,
He goes to City, the game is finished.
he doesn't want to leave that bad legacy.
I think, guys, it falls down to, and I know it's cliche, but if it's whoever wins Champions League, I think whoever wins the Champions League has not first dibs, but will attract the player that they're after, whoever it is, whether it's Haaland or Kane or Lukaku. You
But-
know,
And has it
Johnny, who's to say
Yeah.
that Guardiola could leave after Man City win the Champions League?
nah, he won't. He's not going to leave. He signed a new contract apparently. So nah, I don't. Where's Pep going to go? Realistically, where's he going to go? He's not going to go Italy. So
Pep's not leaving. What are you talking about? Pep
nah,
leaving?
yeah. Pep's not going to leave.
No chance. No chance.
No,
So-
We've got Emmy saying Levy would rather die than sell to Chelsea. He won't disrespect Spurs fans. Remember Luka Modric. I could see Kane fame for Pochettino
Yeah,
and
but we're not
PSG. If you wanted
Arsenal.
to stat
Hey,
pad, I
hey,
could see
look. Watch. It's gonna happen. It's gonna come here.
No,
Watch.
No,
What
there's
you wanna
no
do?
way.
Wait.
There's
Remember,
no
like
way.
No, let him land.
Remember a couple months ago, I was screaming about Harry Kane. Yo said, no, there's no possibility. I told you, Harry Kane needs to go to Daniel Levy and tell him he wants to get out of Tottenham. And like, what do you know? The two guys that are in the Champions League finals are the guys that got first dibs. And what Johnny said was kind of right. Now, if we win the Champions League, and obviously we got a young talent, you see, Man City's already made. They're already made. But like the potential of Chelsea right now is so scary, and the fact that we just need a striker like Harry. If Harry Kane comes to Chelsea, he'll be top two, one of our best players right now. So he knows he has that. Okay, I could be the best player of a big club,
Of
a
Europe.
big a big potential and ambition too. He's never been in a place with this much ambition before. So I don't care about Tottenham, how Tottenham is gonna feel. If he wants to win things more in the future, and I know Man City has been doing it, I just feel just because he's in London too, I feel Chelsea has a chance. And
He's a London boy. You look, you got to look at it like I look at it like the Italian players.
Yes.
Very, very rarely do they leave their country. Very rarely, and especially if they grew up in Rome or wherever they've grown up, they tend to stay there, and they stay there for pretty much their whole career because of family. Man, it's all about family. That's the culture. I think Kane is definitely in that mix. He's part of that. It's just whether he can get Levy to sit at the table and accept that that's where he wants to go.
Yeah.
Because, it's all business and money at the end of the day.
If you take me as a legend, if you take speaking on Harry Kane, if you take me as a legend, if I'm Harry Kane, you gotta conform with some things I want to do too. You cannot just say, "Oh no, you cannot go to Chelsea." If I want to go to Chelsea, if I think it's the right place for me, you're gonna have to do business with them. So I think right now the ball is more in Harry Kane's part than Daniel Levy or us, because I feel like Daniel Levy probably respects Kane as much to listen to him. I've done everything I could do for Tottenham. I've been the highest goal scorer in the Premier League for I think three straight seasons one time. No,
but guys, if you're
it's
choosing,
also thinking of
are you
leaving.
choosing Kane over right now? If you had the choice of Kane, Lukaku, and Haaland, right?
Kane.
You're choosing. Everyone's choosing Kane.
I said that. Remember, I said that before.
I'm picking Lukaku.
I was there with
I'm
you as
picking
well.
Lukaku.
Louis,
Not
why
Kane.
Lukaku? That would be my choice. I don't think Kane is.
Lukaku has improved levels since joining Inter Milan, and he's also a lot less injury prone.
Why why Lukaku over Kane is what I'm asking.
Yeah, much less injury prone.
Okay.
Kane's so clinical,
that's
man.
the only difference.
Kane
Peak
is a
of their
playmaker. Kane is a playmaker and a striker in one. Dude.
And Lukaku's playmaking has improved in Italy.
It's improved, but it's not Kane. Kane instantly makes everyone around him better. And I think that's a fact. He probably makes.
That too.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Our attack is already solid. We just don't have a finisher.
Bro, but
I get how all-round good Harry Kane is, but first off, we ain't gonna have him for the majority of a season, regardless. No. And second of all,
who knows what Tottenham is doing in their medical staff, man? This is Chelsea.
We can't just put it down to just their medical staff. This guy's got ankle injuries every season. If it's anything, it's from carrying that club too much.
Exactly, he's carrying it too much. Maybe if we get him. And we have a second or two more strikers.
Right, but those ankles are still hurting regardless.
And I think they rush him back.
They rush him, yes, because that's the only way they could win. Without Harry Kane, they're not winning games. Right? If he comes here and it's just gonna be like the Robin van Persie thing when Manchester United and Arsenal. You know, I feel like he's coming here to win in 2 years. Next year and the other year. Like, if we have Harry Kane right now, we're winning the Premier League next year. I'm putting it down.
I think whoever signs him wins it. I think
Yeah.
if Man United sign him, they win it. If Man United sign Kane, they're gonna. I'm not saying they'll win the league, but they're going to be right up there to the very end. And so City, they'll just dominate. So whoever signs Kane, if he wants to stay in the Premiership, they're going to dominate for at least.
That's why, regardless of our chance, we still have to make a move for him regardless. Big up Luke the Goon. Big up Luke the Goon saying Kane is 28. He wants trophies now and not a project, which is more what's worrying me about Man City. Kane has 3 years contract left. Levy will dictate. This is what worries me about us potentially being in for him. Levy can still have some sort of influence in the decision. He can decide just to fuck us over and say no, regardless of how much we pay. We're the least favourable option for him.
You underestimate.
It all depends. I was going to say, this summer, you've got to remember, in the summer, it's just going to be a merry-go-round everywhere because you've got Real Madrid, Zidane said he's leaving. So who's going to ever take over there? No one knows yet.
Yeah,
but they might want a striker like Lukaku or Haaland or whatever. Then someone will replace that, and it will be one of those transfer windows where everyone's going to be moving depending on the other club and what they're doing.
You know, the thing is, Kane
that's what's going to happen.
Kane might want the business. Apparently, he wants the business to be done before the Euros. So that also might play a part in it. You know, if he wants to get it done now, and then who knows who's going to be the manager? Because I think it's last season. I don't know what club it was. They were in for Kane, right? Maybe it was Man United or another club. The only reason why he stayed is because Mourinho came and Levy. Okay, look,
bro,
one more year. We're gonna do a project with Mourinho, see how it goes. And I think Harry Kane has had enough, and I think, look, man, I think Chelsea have a good chance, man. Look, Man U, I don't think they're getting Kane. I don't think they're gonna pursue it, but I think they got Cavani. So
Man U have still got they've still got a building. Like they're still short of. I would say Man United are still short of about 4 players.
That's what I'm saying. But like
whereas we're not.
All the problems. That's what I'm saying. I think Man United, for example, for them, they don't. It's not like they need a striker, but they don't only need a striker. For us, our only problem is the clinical edge of a striker. So actually,
the thing is,
you know what I mean? So, to be honest, I see Chelsea's only in the running because I think Man City, they could try, but at the same time,
are Man City really going to pay 150?
Exactly. Are Man City really going to do it? That's what I'm saying.
You see how much they spend on defenders,
and he's not. And
Man City have got money like that though, so there's no reason
but
why
when
not.
have they spent?
Yeah. Well, I don't think Man City is going to go for Harry Kane though. I just don't think it's that type of player. I think they're going to go for someone like foreign or. I don't think Man City is going for Harry Kane. If Harry Kane is going somewhere, I say Chelsea. I've been talking about Harry Kane.
Baba, hold that thought. Daniel's saying Kane has been to a Champions League final, World Cup semi, so hasn't won either of them.
Yeah, well,
yeah, Baba. Oh, so why do you think he isn't going to Manchester City in general? Because I don't think you went to enough depth in that
I
for
just
me.
feel like, look, the philosophy of Man City is just different from Harry Kane. Harry Kane could fit in there because any striker could fit in what Pep is doing right there. But I just feel like, Man City is going to go for somebody foreign. Maybe someone in Spain or some other striker, probably Haaland. And I wouldn't even mind if they get Haaland if we get Kane. So, but I just feel like Man City is not going to go for Harry Kane as much as we will go for him because of just maybe the London thing and we close by. And you guys will say that's a disadvantage, but I call it. I'm thinking it's an advantage because he's going to want to stay in London. What if he wants? Okay, I want to stay in London and I want to, win trophies. What, bro? Just look outside the window.
I think Man United are. I see him going to Man United more than I do him City. I'll be real with you.
I'm just reading Absolute Chelsea right now, and it's saying Man City is Kane's preferred destination, but Chelsea are the English club most willing and able to pay for Harry Kane, but it's the most politically difficult. So it's going both ways. Like, I don't think we don't have the money to sell Harry Kane, or that we couldn't put enough players in there to recoup the money anyway, or even sell players. It's just Daniel Levy. That's going to be the problem because there is no way They already want him out of a job. And this is before you sell probably the best player they've had in the last 20 years, a minimum, to Chelsea. We're blue scum to Tottenham. Like, we already know the Spurs-Chelsea rivalry. I don't have to even delve into that. But there's no way Levy can even try and advocate the sell without Spurs fans gunning for his head. I just don't see how even he's able to get this transfer through, let alone us.
And the thing
Lewis,
is
if
the only
anyone-
deal is the only deals available. You look at Man United, right? They won't not get a striker because they want to push Mason Greenwood as a striker from next year. They've already said that. They've got Cavani, they've got
that's a good
Rashford,
point.
they've got
Greenwood,
Martial, they've got players who can play striker. You look at Man City, they will want a striker that's small and nippy. They don't
Exactly.
like big, strong strikers.
Mhm.
So that's what I said about Martinez. I could see us getting him, yes, but he obviously is political. But I could see him going to PSG as well. I could
I
see
don't
him
think he's
Yeah,
going
but
to
he
go
wants-
there
he
for
wants
the
to
pot.
stay in
Hey,
the-
I'm
he
gonna
wants to
say
stay in the
if Harry
Premiership,
Kane
Wayne.
goes
One at a time,
yeah,
one at a time.
He wants to stay in the Premiership, Wayne. And
If
and
Harry-
you're right. I agree with you. Greenwood. I forgot about that. He's a dark horse for them because they do see him as a all the backroom staff see him as a striker. I see that, but also with City, I've said it time and time again. Even Haaland's not the profile striker for Pep. So what makes you think Kane's that? Just because he's played in the Premiership, I still don't see him suited. I think if Kane suits any club, he would suit Chelsea or
It's
Manchester
Chelsea.
United.
I feel like he's just a perfect
Wait,
puzzle
but
for
not Man
Chelsea.
City.
No, I don't think
City
he
could
suits Man
feed
City.
him chances on a plate, bro.
No,
Yeah,
no.
but he's there small and
It's
nippy. They
the-
like small and nippy strikers.
But Johnny, who doesn't want to go to Man
Bro,
City?
no, but then why would they be interested in Erling Haaland if that's the case?
We don't know that they are.
Mm.
Well,
We
you
don't
know
that they
they're
are.
interested in Haaland and Lukaku. That's been coming out the entire
No,
season.
you gotta bring-
Because
yeah.
those are the like biggest
Are you
strikers
telling me
right now in
Pep's
the
going to go
city.
for Lukaku? No chance.
Bro, this
No
was big,
chance.
this was big like about
Nah.
5 months ago or
Yeah,
something.
it's so big. It's so big that
No.
we were told that Lukaku's staying in Serie A, and
And
now all of a
only
sudden
about
he's
2 weeks
leaving.
ago, and that was only based on his reaction and the adoration from Inter fans after they won the league title.
Yeah,
That
well,
was all just speculation.
You know what? Yeah. This is a chance for all the journos to earn their stripes again, and I can't be asked for it. If they wanna dangle the bait. But as far as I'm concerned, I want what Tuchel wants. If Tuchel wants Harry Kane, Roman Abramovich, if it depending on how Tuchel finishes it, let's finish the bloody season first and see what we win and see where we are. Because we might not even make Champions League football. Forget it. Forget signing anyone big. But if we make Champions League football, we win tomorrow night and we win the Champions League, argument's sake. Roman Abramovich can say to Tuchel, all right, we know we want a striker. Who do you want? If Tuchel turns around and says, all right, I'll go for Haaland, but I'd rather have Harry Kane. We're going to go for Harry Kane. It's as simple as that. Everyone would not turn their nose up at Harry Kane. You got to be an idiot to say no to Harry Kane because he's unbelievable. He's just like he's the best striker in England. But
No, but I get that. But then we're literally saying that City would.
I don't
No,
think he
but-
suits
but
City though,
I don't
Lewis. I
think City
generally
going
don't.
for him.
With the amount of chances that Manchester City make in a game, we really
Yes, but
say
look at the way they
do a
look at
finisher
the
like
way they
Harry Kane.
Look at the way they play,
Harry
Lewis.
Kane's link-up play.
Bro, all he needs to do is finish, and he's a good playmaker too. We've
Has
seen
Harry
it.
Kane got a Spanish touch?
Yeah,
Like
do you mean?
Aguero.
Yeah, he
Has
Yes.
got-
Yeah, he does,
Definitely.
bro. Yeah,
No,
he
he
does,
doesn't.
bro.
He
Definitely
doesn't have a
does, mate.
Spanish touch.
He definitely does, mate.
doesn't.
He definitely
Is
does.
he, is
Come
he,
on.
what, he's
About
he's
Spanish
agile
touch,
like Aguero.
Bro,
Doesn't have
Johnny,
to be
that's
agile.
one of the
He can play
strongest.
false
Maybe he's
nine.
not as agile, but he's a different sort of striker, and he's one that can
Exactly.
still
But
involve
look
play
at
false nine as well,
look at
mate.
Jesus.
He's an
Look at
all-round
Jesus
striker,
and look
man.
at
He's
look
just
at
an
Aguero.
all-round.
Look at those two profile strikers.
Yeah, bless Wayne. Thank you for jumping on.
But look at KDB as well playing false nine.
Yes,
Harry
but
Kane can play that
that's
position.
KDB, bruv. He's not a striker.
No, but Kane can do that position and score goals though, bro. At the same time.
I
Yeah, but
can't
he's
even
not.
lie, guys.
He's
Yeah,
still,
I think
he's still for me.
Johnny,
It doesn't
here's the
doesn't
thing,
fit
Wait.
Pep's system. Not his system. His profile striker. It's not Pep's profile striker. If you look at Ibrahimovic, Ibrahimovic didn't have a great touch. He had an unbelievable touch. Did he fit Pep's system at Barcelona? No. So why do you think he's going to go for Harry Kane or Haaland?
Wait.
I think it was personal disputes between him and
years-
Ibra.
Cause
After
Johnny
all these years of being at Man City, why is everyone so confident that Pep will go for a Kane and a Haaland? I don't see it. I don't see
One
it.
second. Number one, I say it's because strikers are the most expensive places that you buy a player in. But I'll go through the super chat as well. Artem saying United have bigger needs at wingers and CDMs. Yep, I get that, which is why they're probably the least likely out of the three. Shane also saying Man City won't pay 150 million for Kane. They'll use that on like 5 players. But they don't need depth like that, so I wouldn't expect them to spend on that much players. They only need like the fine margins, like a striker. Well, I could see them put one on just him. That's why I still think it could happen for Man City. And like I've said, I personally think he suits them a lot. Artem saying Kane would definitely be perfect false nine for City. Literally, it would be a match made in hell for all rival fans because it will complete them, and I don't even want to see it. Their defense is sorted, their midfield's already sorted. All they lack is a striker. A proper striker that they can rely on. If they get Harry Kane, we are done. We're all done now. It's turning into
What if Man City
I
bottle
think-
the Champions League? What if they bottle Champions League? What do you think Harry's going to think?
Doesn't
all
matter.
right.
If they bottle Champions League, he'll go to them and win the Champions League the next year.
No. If
Yeah.
they bought the Champions League, he's coming to Chelsea, bro. I'm telling
Nah, man. If we win the Champions League, Roman and the others will turn round to Tuchel and be like, "Well, clearly you don't need a striker. You've just gone and won the Champions League."
I'm gonna come back
it's
to this
clear-
stream,
it's clear
dude. I'm
we
gonna come back
do.
to this stream where we sign Harry Kane. I'm telling
No,
you.
it's clear that we do, but like, what's the one thing we see whenever we win big trophies? We have a dead ass window straight afterwards. So I wouldn't be surprised if they turn around and they say, "Oh, we don't need a striker."
Nah, man. Bro,
Daniel's saying, "Why do you hate Tottenham if it needs success in Champions League, Premier League?" Wait, what? What do you mean? Why do you hate Tottenham?
bro.
Try rewrite that again. You don't have to do a super chat if you're rewriting it, but I'm not sure you mean
I can't
that.
see it, man. Like, if they're going to pay, the way I look at it is, if they're building a project with Pep, Pep's going to stay for another 5-6 years. I see that, and they're going to spend like 150 million, which I've never seen City. So I know we all know they got the money, but I mean, we haven't even spent that money. I mean, when has Roman spent? The highest is Havertz, right? So you know, 80 million to 150. That's quite a big difference. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just don't see City being held to ransom like that. Maybe for Haaland because of his age and longevity, potentially I could see that, but I just and obviously the affiliation with Haaland and City and his dad, I get all that.
I look at this turnaround after yesterday, just as saying, "Am I agreeing with Johnny? The world is ending." Nah, the world's ending. The world's ending when Johnny sends
The
for
thing
Billy
is, I
Gilmore.
do think Joao Felix is a better fit for City, though. I do see. Joao
Yeah,
Felix
absolutely.
Yeah, that's another great choice.
Harry Kane was.
But Joao Felix is in a prison camp, though.
And also,
That's the thing. Man signed like a 7-year contract or some shit. I didn't know.
He's on a 360 deal, bro.
Yeah,
Big up Karan saying,
He's not
in
gonna
case
leave,
Chelsea can't land a top striker like Kane, Lukaku, or Haaland in the summer, do you think Tuchel can put faith in Werner next season as a centre forward, given the season he's had? No, I'm saying if we don't get anybody, it's Kai Havertz that we put the faith into for the season, not Timo Werner. He plays like in the forward roles, in like the just off the striker. That's where you get the best out of him. But Kai Havertz stays in the middle because he's at his best.
I don't have faith in Kai Havertz. I think he missed out one chance against Arsenal.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro. What are you saying?
What was I gonna say? You see, with Harry Kane to Man City, I think the only thing I think if Pep, I think Pep just wants Kane to press. If Kane can press as well as as well as Jesus and De Bruyne and stuff, then Pep will take him in an instant because he's got everything else. He's got the movement, he's got the technical ability. He can come deep and he can be just a box striker as well.
He's not a presser though.
With all his injuries and stuff, if he can press as well as, because that's half the reason Jesus plays all the time, because he's good at pressing. So I think if Kane could press really well for Man City, which he probably can, then I don't see any reason why Pep wouldn't take him.
I can't see him pressing like Jesus and Aguero.
You know, the thing is with Chelsea, if we don't go get a striker, I think then we're gonna go and get Sancho. So I think we'll buy more creative wingers, or we're gonna buy some kind of.
I think what we want to do as a Chelsea, we want to hijack the Kane transaction before he goes to Man City.
The thing is, look, what Chelsea really needs. Everyone says we need a winger, creative winger or nothing. We need a talisman. We need a guy that wants to be the man. We need the man, bro. And I think Kane could be. I'm the guy. You know, let me get the ball. Kane is that type of player. I know not for Tottenham, but Tottenham, their culture and Chelsea culture is just different. when a player comes here, I know strikers do not work so well, but I just feel like he's the one that's gonna
Yeah,
come
I
here.
agree
Yo,
with
have
you
we
on
not
that
got that
because
already?
for
Have we
me,
not got that already?
no.
Who?
We need creative
Tammy
wingers,
Abraham,
in
man.
my opinion.
All right. Do you put
Fine.
Tammy
Kane in
Abraham,
it? Do
man.
you
We need
put
Hey,
Kane?
creative
relax,
wingers,
relax,
right?
relax.
Haaland's
We only
you.
need
Haaland's you
wait,
between him.
Right,
You
one
got
sec,
Tammy
one sec.
Abraham.
One sec. Right. We need a creative winger, right? Only if we go for someone like Erling Haaland, someone who has to be fed in order to score. Harry Kane can make his own chances. So if we go for a Harry Kane or a Romelu Lukaku in a similar fashion too, then we don't necessarily need a creative winger like that. Because we
Lewis,
already have creative players. We just need more if we're going to have someone who needs to be fed like an Erling Haaland will.
Lewis, do we all look? Would you all say that
Imagine Harry
Harry Kane?
Kane and Reece James,
Hold on.
bro.
Would you all say that Harry Kane
Finish it all the time.
is generational? Like we're all saying, like people talking about
Kane?
Haaland being generation. Yeah.
Yeah, like Kane's the
Bro.
only player in the Premier League in the last decade that has a genuine chance at breaking Shearer's record.
Yeah.
Bro, Kane
Definitely
is
generous. And he's
generational.
done it at Tottenham.
He'll
Of all
beat,
the clubs, he's done that at Spurs.
He'll
Yeah,
beat
yeah.
Alan Shearer's record, if he stays in the Prem for the next 4 or 5 years. And he's 28
That's
now.
why I don't think PSG happens. The only reason why he stayed at Spurs so long is probably for Shearer's record. So he's probably still going to stay because if there's one thing you can guarantee, it's going to be that.
Nah, man. If he stays in Tottenham after this season, then Kane is dead to me. I have no respect for him, bro. Because after you see what do you want? Another project? Another project with another manager that's gonna do what? If you cannot win with Jose Mourinho, like a win now manager, who you gonna go to start over again, bro?
No, but think about it like this: the guy's already on a 3-year contract. Would you not be surprised if Levy tried to hold him down for one more year and just said, "Stay one more year," like Eden Hazard when it was with us, or Ronaldo when Real Madrid were interested in him too? It could be a similar scenario.
But you gotta understand right now, though. I think the situation we're in compared to the situation Tottenham is in right now is not the same. And it's like, look, you could say that, but if Harry Kane has gone to Levy right now and said, "Yo, I don't want to stay here. You know, I've done everything I can. I just don't think I could do more." And if Levy respects Harry Kane for the legend he's been for Tottenham, you gotta grant him that wish. Because
I get it. I think it would be fantastic. Everyone would be for it. It's a very slim chance that this will go ahead. It's just
that's the thing. Too slim for me.
Yeah, it's a nice bit of hype. It's a great talking point.
Issue, Johnny.
One sec.
Very.
One sec, guys. Artem's saying if we don't get Champions League, Kane won't happen anyway. Yeah, we still have to do our job.
It's been a mad year.
Karan also saying, may sound like a daft question, but would you take Aguero at Chelsea next season, given his proven record in the Premier League, even though he'll be 32? Yes. No. Wait.
On a short term.
Wait. Aguero as a depth option at the age of 32 would be a
with
great
no Giroud or Tammy.
Yes, exactly that. As long as he isn't our number one striker, I am all for Aguero.
Fat as hell.
Great option.
My point too.
Yeah,
but if Giroud goes,
we don't have to rely on him. We just need to use it when
pass on
necessary.
Aguero.
That's a great option for us.
You don't pass on him.
You know
He's too
who'd be good for shirt sales as well, right? Like that's another option as well. Like for Chelsea, like that's what they're gonna think like if we do go for him.
But you guys know what
third option.
We should have
You guys
If he's a third,
Hold on. I would prefer Aguero as a short term, not a longer term.
Yeah, but you guys, guys, you know what, board,
can
man.
never be a long
If
term.
we have success this season, they're going to think that Aguero's going to fill the hole and the gaps in that, and then we're just going to go for this as a long term, not even long term, but as our main striker, man. You know what Mourinho's like, bro.
Listening to our
It'll be
manager,
bad business for Chelsea.
I'm not listening to Lampard because of inexperience. But everything before that was just ignorance. But they must have learned from now that you have to listen to what the manager is asking.
Look at what Tuchel's doing. They've got to listen to Tuchel, man. If Tuchel says, "I want this player," well, you know, he knows there's tweaks and there's players to be sold that don't fit his system. Abramovich is clearly loving the football we're playing and the fact that we're winning. You know, that's why we're all upset about the FA Cup. If he just crosses that line and wins this trophy and cements top four, Abramovich we are in a position right now of paying money up putting money on the table. You know what I mean? There's no financial fair play. We're in a very strong position compared to every club in Europe.
Just win the
Most
Champions
clubs.
League.
If we win the Champions League, that's Abramovich, like, baby. So he's
Exactly.
gonna get
We win the Champions League.
anything, bro.
Exactly, bro.
We
He'd
need,
do anything for Tuchel.
we need.
Two Champions Leagues. Oh,
I think this past game just showed the reason we need a clinical number 9. Like,
absolutely.
if we had a clinical number 9, we're beating Arsenal first of all. Like
Yes.
that chance.
Mhm.
That a clinical 9 is bearing.
We're
That's
winning the FA Cup, man. Also,
like it's just like when we needed a goalie. You've seen how much points Mendy has saved us this year. You feel me? So those points that you can gain, a clinical striker gets you, and you don't have to be struggling at the end of the year. This is why we're struggling.
Yeah.
Certain games we should not have lose, even if we're not playing well. A striker just takes a chance.
I said it one time before, and I was like, people underestimate the role of a number 9. We always say, okay, we could fill it up with Kai. We could fill it up with Werner. No, the number 9, the guy that just has the instincts for goals in the box and just to get you a goal, either scrappy, either beautiful, either anyway. And we're missing that on our team because if you look at us, we want to pass till we find the goal, which is nice. It looks good, but there's sometimes that like in finals games, I don't expect our team to play very well in the finals. I mean, it never really works like that. What final had a very good game? I can't remember. But we need is the final margin and the details. We need that guy that could be, let me take the game. This is my game. Let's do this. Like what Hazard used to do. We don't have that right now.
I'm a bit annoyed actually that this has all come out the night before we've got arguably our biggest game of the 3 in the season, and we're talking about transfers. We haven't even finished the job yet.
Do you guys think the game tomorrow is the biggest game, more than the Champions League finals?
Well, you take every game that comes your way.
I think
every game.
Because
it
you
is
said
bigger.
out of the 3.
It is bigger.
In a way, it's because it secures us top 4, and I don't want to see us like go out top 4 and maybe going out in the Champions League final.
This game is important.
If you go out of the Champions League final and we have top 4, then we have like something to work with. But if we don't have top 4 and we in the Europa League, and
you're prioritizing the Champions League. You're prioritizing the Champions League, getting into it next year when we can win it this year.
Said.
What's the point? What's the point of throwing
all our hopes on winning against Man City, bro?
Bro, we can win it this year. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
You know what, guys? Do you know what? Yeah. After all the debates,
because our confidence is literally in the pits.
Exactly.
Don't celebrate.
My confidence ain't in the pit.
That's my point. That's what I want to say. Is that we feel we're in the mud. Confidence is low. We've been kicked down. We're all upset. We're all pissed off. We're all arguing with each other, debating. Yeah. But there's something inside of me that just. I feel like Tuchel. He knows what to do. He knows what to do. The guy's got it in him. We know he's got it in him. He's got to have it in him to win these 3 games. He's got to have it in him, man. I believe he has. I believe he has. I really
these
do.
3 games are the most important games in his career, bro. Like you have to win these 3 games. Like especially the game at the end of that Champions League finals. I don't care how much you guys want to say the game tomorrow is important. Fine. If we win this game tomorrow, no, that makes no sense. Like, honestly, no disrespect, but like, I don't think it is because if we win the game tomorrow and we lose the Champions League finals, I'll be more heartbroken just losing another final again. And that's the game Abramovich is probably going to be in.
He's not, Baba. He's not going to try. He's not going to try any experimentation now. That's it now.
He better not.
It's done for the rest of the season.
Experiment was actually good though.
One sec.
I'll let you see. Big up Arthur saying Haaland not going anywhere this summer. Dortmund made Champions League next year. They're not going to sell both Jadon and Haaland. Lukaku or Kane won't come with no Champions League. I already said I don't want Haaland this season for if he's going to cost
apparently Antonio Conte is leaving.
A loan block.
Apparently, there's reports that Antonio Conte is leaving Inter.
So and we can get Lukaku for around 80 million euros. Obviously, we have to do our job first and get top 4. Otherwise, we aren't getting anybody. But Erling Haaland isn't coming, and I already said I don't want him for that price tag.
You guys think about it.
Can I interject
Chris,
here?
what were you saying, bro?
Can I interject here? Hold on.
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, go for it.
I was gonna say, like, remember that whole Luka Modric saga, like a couple of years ago, before Modric went to Real Madrid. We trying to do a deal with Daniel Levy. What happened? Doesn't come up. So do we even even surprise like both teams going to agree to Harry Kane? Probably not though. And it's just like I would prefer
Lukaku.
I would prefer Harry Kane. If you're in Harry Kane position, which one you prefer? You would want to be coached by Tuchel or arguably one of the serial winners in world football, Guardiola. So it's his decision.
They're both great. They're both
Exactly. We kind of saying. I know.
Tuchel, if Tuchel wins the Champions League, I said it and I'll say it again. He'll be classed. I'm speaking for myself. I'll class him as elite for sure. Like,
yeah,
and
because
wait,
he's done everything else.
Also, who's to say, like, if you look at City's team in general, you know, a lot of their players, then they're prime, and a lot of their players in the next 2 years or so, De Bruyne is going to hit 32, Mara is going to be 32. Some of their players are getting to the end of their careers, or not end their careers, but that
rebuilding. They need to rebuild.
So for us, we're actually in a position where we just need a Kane to even elevate the team. So then the team will actually progress with Kane for the next 5 years.
We just have balance,
and so if Kane came to us and you told him, look, in your second season with us, we're going to be a great team because we have the likes of Mount, we have the likes of Havertz, we have the likes of Reece James, and all the players who are young and up and coming and are going to improve. So it's going to be both.
And the great part about it is that we're in 2 finals, and we know we still have a long way to go, like in development. That's the best thing. Just think about it. We're already in the finals, and we beat. I don't care if they were weak or old already, but we beat Madrid. We beat Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, but we haven't won the titles, bro.
Oh no, I know, bro. I said it earlier.
You've got to win the titles.
Tuchel has to win the Champions League. I said it. I already said it.
The good thing about Harry Kane over Lukaku is that Harry Kane can play against low blocks and that. Lukaku can't, bro. I was watching him for United, innit? Each team that I put a low block for him, he has no touch, so he can't play against low blocks.
Can I talk about Lukaku? Lukaku's actually improved his touch. Yeah, he's actually got a lot more lean, and his touch has actually improved.
Yeah, I'll be watching into this season. His linker play's improved, but yeah, he does still look. Harry Kane, he is just a better player than Lukaku. Like Harry Kane has got more. He's more silky, I think, Harry Kane. And also with Lukaku, I think he's a different striker from Lukaku. Lukaku is the guy. He's not going to score outside the boxes, but he can. But Harry Kane, he can create chances out of nothing.
Everything.
One second. Again, Karan, thank you again for the donation. Much love, bro. Saying, even if Chelsea win the Champions League, there's no guarantee Abramovich will back Tuchel in the transfer window. It happened with Mourinho and Conte after title-winning seasons where the squad was not strengthened. Yeah, the only anomaly to that is the 2012 Champions League win. But even then, it's the case of, it's similar to Kai Havertz, where we already went and got a Ziyech, but then you see this generational player who's free on the market and wants to come join us. And it's like, you can't say no to it. Unless that happens with us, I would be worried about the same thing happening too, because we put £250 million into this squad. If we go and win the Champions League with that squad, who's to say Mourinho and Roman don't sit back and say, oh, you won the Champions League with this. Clearly there's something in this squad. Go with it again for another season. Because it's happened before, and we know that ever since we won the Champions League, Chelsea have been trying to be a lot more sustainable as a club, not pouring money into the club like they used to before the Champions League run.
I think they're different. They have a different mindset now.
Hold on. There's too many players that they know they need to sell. And if you're going to sell,
but we've known we have to sell them for years, though. Like everyone's saying, "Oh, this is going to be the year we get rid of them." We said that last year and the year before.
We just have to get rid of them, like Alonso.
Yeah, we do. But here's the thing: we're going to try and sell them for our valuation of the player, which is already too high because we've spent too much on them. We've also got them on high-ass wages too. Barkley, Bakayoko, for example, all on 100k a week. Drinkwater too. He's on 110k a week, I think, or something even worse than that.
I think that's why the board are trying to. That's why the board. I think the board forced Tuchel to play Kepa in the FA Cup final to increase his valuation. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it was the FA Cup final. But I think all the other games before were a factor.
I don't believe that. Why do you say that? Like Marina is going to sit him down like, oh, you better play Kepa or you fired tomorrow. Nah, no. I'm not playing it, bro.
No,
it's not like that. But I reckon they had words of it.
150
exactly, and I think they had words on it.
But here's the thing: 150 million for transfers. It's not for one player. That's going to be for at least 2 or 3. So that already takes Harry Kane out of it, unless we get rid of players. And I just don't think we will for the price tag that we want. We need to lower our valuations first.
And we do need to strengthen elsewhere because we also got a clear out coming out too. Because I'm sure. I think towards the end we've seen like we've been on a run, but we also see the habits coming back in our game. So I think Emerson, Alonso, Zuma, a lot of people are leaving, and we need cover.
Jorginho. Do you man think we need a new goalkeeper?
No.
Let's
No.
set that.
What?
End that debate, bro.
Let's set that, man. Let's set that.
What do we need to go for? We got Edward Mendy.
We linked with Donnarumma and that, man.
Why?
Yeah, but why? You know Mendy's better than him, right?
I know, but that's what some people saying, innit?
Yeah, if it's not your opinion, fair enough. But like, we don't need a goalkeeper.
From day one, I've been saying no because people think Kepa was a stopgap keeper. Oh, we're gonna get man.
You got duck out, guys. Big up, man.
Last
Big up,
Johnny.
See you later. Bye.
You guys talked about last stream, but I truly believe Mendy was stopping that shot. I'm sorry. I truly believe that.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Look at this shit. 1 second. Where's this? You're telling me he's 6'1" and Kepa and Mendy is 6'6", and you're telling me his arms ain't reaching that? You're lying to me.
Forget his arms.
Lying.
I think the positioning.
Lewis, it's not even like how tall he is. It's also the position of where
and people tell us that Jorginho is at fault, man. I hate this fan base, man.
Anyone who says
Jorginho's actually telling the centre backs to push a bit forward.
Let me say something. In the sense that
big up Daniel, man.
It does not matter. It does not matter who loses the ball because you're not keeping 100% possession in any game. Okay, fine. You lost the ball. Go get it back. Okay, you couldn't get it back. We have our last resort. Who's your goalkeeper? You have to have faith in him that he's going to save some shots like that. And it's a constant trend that when people shoot on him, they turn to spectacular goals.
Bro, it's not the first time.
Like it's not.
If you go back to Sarri season, Mohamed Salah, Sturridge, Wilfred Zaha last season, Nate Keita. Now it's this. It happens too many times.
Brighton,
there's like a 6-minute compilation of Kepa letting in long shots, like
too many times.
People just shoot because we play him in the net.
Kepa has statistically failed to save a single shot that has gone in the top left or right corner in his Chelsea career.
It's facts. It's not a
I know it's facts.
It's just facts.
No,
now. It's bad. It sucks.
But that's still not down to Kepa.
Who is it down to?
Because you want him to grow taller or something? He's 6'1".
Bro, it's not
Chris. Wait. Chris, this is the problem. It's wait.
I want him gone before you say.
Chris, wait. This is the problem. It's not that it's his fault. It's that he is physically incapable of it. That is the problem. He cannot help that he can't go for the top corners. But that is a glaring problem in one of the best clubs in the world if we have a keeper that can't reach top corners.
I cannot say it's not his fault. It's his fault. If Son is not fast enough, that's your fault. You're not fast. It's life. It's reality, bro.
You're asking someone to grow taller.
I'm not asking him to grow taller. I'm asking him not to play. And Tuchel was problem not letting him play. It's not about him growing taller or not, but it's a weakness. And
Who the people is probably a much better jumper. That's the difference.
So do you think Kepa's
is the same height as Kepa, but his jumping is levels, and that's the difference.
And better
Kepa got it like that.
And what? Okay, fine. If Kepa had gotten to the ball is still gonna go in the net because his wrists are so weak. I mean, don't act like we've not seen a lot of weak wrist goals happening too. Like, look, I'm not saying you should grow taller. Obviously, that's impossible. But it's a weakness. Why are we still trying to force the weakness on our team when we know it's not working over and over and over? It's like, bro, check the memo. Just simply with Alonso. Alonso, he plays one good game. The next game, you already know he's trash. But you got to check the memo.
Alonso.
You said what?
I already know about Alonso. Like, I've been wanting him gone for years now.
That makes, Nah, man.
But I actually do want Kepa gone too. But like I understand why he's playing because maybe Chelsea do want to sell him this season and like get a good value on like 30 million hopefully. No, so I'm hoping he can be gone.
Real question though, why did Chilwell not play? You're right. I mean, it was just.
You see, as soon as he came in, he was so motivated.
Bro, like 2 goals. He almost scored 2 goals in like 5 minutes.
He did.
It was a bad decision. Look, Tuchel made a lot of bad decisions yesterday, and that's just fact. Like, why not Chilwell? You got to look at mindset too. And I thought Tuchel was the type of guy. I thought was the type of guy to look at your mindset.
It's because Leicester are bad in the air. That's why. for like attacking ability, like in attacking. Leicester
Yeah,
are
but-
bad in the air, like Verdes. Even the Leicester fans
Only
said
for top
you need some
corners.
tall people.
Well, we didn't lose that game
Bro,
because
we have-
of Alonso. We didn't lose that
Yeah,
game.
I know.
because of
Yeah,
Alonso.
we didn't
But
lose
we did
because
not
of
win
Alonso.
it because of him, bro. Like in a sense, look, just his presence on the team stifles the attack. You know, it's not like we didn't lose. Not like Alonso scored an own goal that he might be the reason why we lost. But look, there's a reason why our team clicks too. Like I have a problem with Rhys James being right center back instead of him being a right wing back because the what we lost on him going forward was more than we gained from him being backward because I think Aspilicueta would have done a job there too. Aspilicueta could have done a job there too. I feel like he could.
Let's like Rhys James actually nullified Vardy in that game.
I
Rhys
know
James
that,
at
bro.
right
I'm
centre back was
saying
really good.
he's like I said, what he did defensively was great, but compared to what he would have done offensively, we shouldn't have what do you call it, taking that risk. We could have left Rhys James right there. Aspilicueta would have done a job too with Vardy. I don't think Vardy would have scored on Aspilicueta anyways. I understand.
Aspi's legs are shot, bro. His legs are shot.
Do you not remember the last FA Cup final? Do you not remember it? Like Aubameyang getting past
Yeah, FA Cup final was
a
a
lot of
massacre,
times.
man. Massacre.
Like
Pepe as well.
Aspie ain't got the legs for like pacey
Come on,
players
man.
sadly now, and I do like
being
Aspie
a
a lot.
different team. We're playing a 4-back system. We're playing a 5-back system right now, bro. So in the sense that Aspie always has
FA Cup final, we played 3 at the back, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
played
Aspie played right centre back.
Played 3 at the back.
Okay, but either way, though, I feel like he would have done a good job against what's his name, Vardy. I just don't
Based
think
off of what though?
I just don't think the sacrifice was.
I think it's
needed.
the way Leicester
That's-
played. We would have done a better job.
Yes.
Because Leicester didn't come out to attack us. They just sat deep and just played for like
Leicester
the
played in the middle. They only played in the middle, left the wing open, and you keeping Aspilicueta on the wing. After the first half, we should have just changed it because Aspilicueta is not offering anything going forward. He's just passing sideways and looking back. And
Why don't y'all say that though? Aspie could have scored though if Werner never touched that shit.
Well,
He
you know
would've scored.
Werner, bro. You know he could fall out of the line. So
But anyway, I think tomorrow.
Lay off my client, please.
Bro,
Big.
you gotta tell clients.
Hold on.
Yeah, let's switch this background into the Kane argument.
Oh,
Hold on. Yeah. Oh yeah. I was gonna say something about tomorrow's game, but
even if
we'll end up getting back into tomorrow regardless.
Do we win the title if Kane comes to us then?
Yes.
We are is a striker away. That's
I think we
literally
need.
it.
I think we need a creative midfielder. Deep line.
No, only depend. Well, a deep line. Well, I want to destroy a DM. I've already said that way too
This
many
is the
times.
We can get a
problem.
destroyer and a deep line playmaker at the same time, bro.
This is the problem by some of our fan base.
Both of them, but that's why we can't get both at the same time. I'm only saying we need a creative winger if we end up getting an Erling Haaland, but we're not getting an Erling Haaland, so I'm not really too phased about that anymore.
I think
We just need a
Hudson-Odoi could do
clinical
a job
finisher.
as a creative winger.
Lewis, you've got to ask yourself a question.
Exactly,
Even if Harry
Hudson-Odoi is another option, which is
Yes.
exactly why we don't need it as much.
A very good creative winger, Hudson-Odoi could be one.
Babs, can I ask you a question, please?
Go ahead. My bad.
Even if Harry Kane comes to Chelsea, do you think it will still be a flop? Just asking.
What?
If he let's say if Harry Kane comes to Chelsea, yeah, I can guarantee he'll still be a flop. That's for sure. I remember
Calm down. Nah, he won't be a flop. He won't be a flop.
Chelsea.
He won't be a flop, man. He proved it all in the Premier League, bro. We didn't buy proven Premier League players.
Mate, remember a year ago, you all
We
begging
didn't buy a lot
your
of them,
knees. We want Timo Werner to from Liverpool to come to Chelsea, man. Come on, man.
Yo, bro, but anyone
was a
who thought
mistake.
Timo
We
Werner
never-
was-
I remember last year.
Never saw Timo Werner.
Anyone who thought Timo Werner was a one-shot, one-goal gunman was a fucking idiot. He never even was like that.
I guess I'm an idiot, bro.
Aaron thought it though. Aaron thought he was one shot.
No, he wasn't even
I'm
like
an
that.
idiot, bro. God.
I'm just saying, you're begging your knees, last
Bro,
I'll take that L,
what's
bro.
wrong with you, man?
I'll take
His conversion rate was pants at Leipzig too.
Lewis, I'll be 100%. I was not watching shit in Leipzig. You know what I mean? But I looked.
Fair enough. Neither was I, man.
I'll tell you the
Like,
truth,
fair
and I
enough.
thought it was a one shot, one goal type of guy because I saw his highlights. But then after he came to Chelsea and he started being trash, I went back to those highlights. I analyzed that, looked at it. Those goals are the same way. Like,
Yep, they're all
all the
counter-attacking
goals.
goals.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, now I see what's up.
yeah, that's
Bro,
why I
I can't
never
lie.
got the shit. I never got why people were like asking him to be clean. He was never clinical.
One reason I want Lukaku is we've got a really, really young squad, and I think Lukaku's one of them leaders in the dressing room that can get the team by the scruff of the neck and start making them play. You saw that. You saw what happened in
One sec, I'm
when
gonna have
France
to
played
rotate the
Belgium.
panel. Yash, thank you for jumping on, bro. Much appreciated. We'll chat to you tomorrow, my G. Bless.
All right, bro. Wait,
Jesters, yeah, jump on, man. I want to hear what you got to say, bro. Go on. Who was saying? Was that Cos? Were you talking?
Yeah. Now I was saying how
go for it.
Lukaku's a leader in it, and we've got a young squad, and I think they can look to him for leadership. Do you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day,
you know what's underrated
Is
about
Lukaku that
Lukaku, bro?
player to bring leadership?
You know what's underrated about Lukaku is his playmaking.
Damn right.
I think. You remember, I watched that goal in it. He passed to Lautaro Martinez outside his boot, and then Lautaro Martinez banged it with the volley. You seen that goal?
Look, I mean,
It was like in the Europa or some shit, right?
Yeah, it was in Europa.
Big up, Lewis.
Yes, Jesters. What are you saying on the Kane news, bro? Do you actually think we stand a chance, or do you think this is just us trying to get involved, but we have no hope of getting him?
Well, other than Chelsea and City, who have the money to sign him?
But who would Daniel Levy not want to sell to more than anybody else?
But it doesn't matter. Money talks and bullshit walks.
Exactly.
I know, but man's on a 3-year contract, and Levy. Do you remember the Luka Modric saga back in 2011?
I was going to say.
No, I don't remember it personally, but
Luka Modric handed in a transfer request and everything to come and join us. We offered 40 million off the bat. Levy just said no. I'm not selling to Chelsea.
The only way
Like, he doesn't care about the money. It's just he's not selling to a rival.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a stadium. He didn't have a stadium to pay for back then. Now he has a stadium to pay for.
I think the only way we can get him.
That's a fair point.
but bro, I can't imagine see the riots.
Here's the thing, though, because City can pay that too, though.
But City doesn't have the. I'm gonna go out and spend 150 on one player. Their highest transfer, I think, is a 60 million pound transfer.
Yeah, but when it comes to strikers, it's different, though. Because that's the most expensive part of the pitch to pay for if you want to get the perfect player.
I understand that, but it's just not in. It's not how they do things, but
is it how we do things?
Yes,
I think we
150 million.
They were going to pay for Haaland.
They weren't going to pay 150 for Haaland.
Not a chance.
I think we might get. I think we might get Lukaku, man. I don't think we're gonna get everything.
I don't.
Wait, why do we keep spitting out 150 million?
Wait, you don't want Lukaku?
Nah, we'll take Lukaku, man.
No, I said.
Come on, guys, man.
First, because everybody thinks he's improved because he's playing in Serie A. That's Serie A. Let him come back to the Premier League and see how good his touch is.
But he guarantees you goals, man. He guarantees you goals, bro. In the Premier League.
Exactly.
So
his worst Premier League season was what? 15 goals and 8 assists.
Yeah,
his last season for United.
How many goals did he get at West Brom?
That's
got a lot of goals. At
17 goals.
Exactly.
Everton. Him and Barkley at Everton, bro. Link up.
I don't think that he's been here. He's been in the Premier League, and he's gone to Serie A. He likes Inter. I know that Conte. They say Conte is going to leave. Or he might leave. I mean, we hear this every summer with Conte, right? He was supposed to leave last summer. So it's just one of those things that I think Lukaku likes Italy. He wants to stay in Italy. And if he's already come out and said, no, I like it, Inter, I don't want to leave, then he's saying, I would take Inter over Chelsea. So if he'll take Inter over Chelsea, why as Chelsea fans do we want somebody who rates Inter higher than us?
I mean, isn't that the same now with Haaland? Now Haaland's willing to stay at Dortmund because they got Champions League football.
I don't think he rates Inter Chelsea higher than Chelsea. I just feel like he's happy there. He's won a Scudetto for a long time, and Inter's not won in a minute. I feel like he's just in the right place. And if he thinks he could keep stat padding there, stay healthy, and go and lead Belgium to the Euros, he's going to stay there. It's comfortable. But someone like Harry Kane is not comfortable where he's at. He doesn't want to be there no more. He was, but I think people are in his ears now. I hope Jose Mourinho told him to when he was leaving, like, yo, there's nothing here for you no more. Except you just want to be a legend that never won nothing. You could be
I
there.
think the only way we can get him is like give him ridiculous wages. When I mean ridiculous, bro, ridiculous, like $1 million a week. And then wages.
Get who?
$1 million a week.
Harry Kane, man.
Oh, Harry Kane.
No, Harry Kane.
He'll come for less than that. He wants to win.
Yeah. It's not about Harry Kane's wages. It's about what to give Tottenham for them to agree before the wages. The wages comes next, and I feel like Harry Kane is not going to ask for $1 million a week. I mean, £1 million a week. every time. It's like that makes no sense. But I just feel like when the money talks, if we come with 150 million, if I'm not saying we will, if we do, Levy is not saying no to that. And if he does, he's a bad business guy and he's a bad
Look, it's true. You know,
president.
Levy is a businessman, and
You
no
could
matter
not say no
what
to that.
Tottenham and
Alex?
this and that in the history. Oh, good.
No, sorry, I just really have to read this. Artem said, should Thomas Tuchel have played Hudson-Odoi at right wing back since he played Reece at right
No.
centre back? Joe would have offered more going forward and we could have used a width there. Both teams are defensively solid, so I kind of understand that. But with hindsight, yeah, I would have gone for Callum Hudson-Odoi at right wing back. But hopefully we see it tomorrow. Go for it, Alex.
No,
Sorry
I
for
was
taking so
saying-
long, Artem.
The thing is, though, like, look, Levy's a businessman, and look, and I think what Jessa just said before, you know, they still need the money for the new stadium that they had built, and I think they're still 400 million short. So if a 150 million pound bid came from Chelsea, I think he would take it, and I think he would. To be honest, the only reason why we're always thinking that he's not going to sell to us is just because of the Modric situation. But that was a different type of situation. That was a situation where when Chelsea was a new team, maybe Levy thought, look, you know, I might not want him to go there because Tottenham are coming also. So now, to be honest, I don't think you have much choice, and I think. And also Kane coming out today saying that he wants to leave. I think he's going to go. He's going to leave the summer. He's not going to be at Tottenham next season. Depending if maybe Zidane goes to Spurs. If Zidane goes to Spurs, and it happens next month or so, yeah, and it says, look, Kane, you stay here. We got Zidane. Then I think
Zidane is not keeping Kane there, bro. What is Zidane doing that Jose Mourinho could not do? Oh, Zidane is coming here.
Kane only stayed last season. Because Mourinho came.
It was okay. Then Mourinho got fired. Why would I want to stay there? Then until I'm 30 years old.
love Mourinho.
Then 30 years old after I won no trophy, then he fires Zidane. I was like, oh wait, I'm 30 now. Nah, bro, we bring it.
The only stopgap there will be is just Levy. It's just him. And
it was going to be, bro. If they sell us Harry Kane, it's going to be riots. It's going to be riots outside the White Hart Lane. Absolute riots, bro.
We're the best.
There's going to be flares, everything, bro. It's going to be crazy.
We're the best for Kane. And look, and we have leverage over the teams because we could actually offer them players, and Levy might take it. Okay, they also have players that can give to us for us to rebuild something, right? And look. If you think about it, we're Spurs at the moment, then they have to rebuild. Their team has passed the phase of the era of Pochettino and them almost winning the title. They don't have that same team.
They've reached their peak.
So all the money, you know, this would be the best opportunity for Levy to gain some money to rebuild something, right? Because if he sell Kane in the next 2 years or so, people will think, I'm not going to want to spend 150 million because he's 30 years old. So this is the only time you'll ever make big bucks from an investment, and he's a businessman. So no matter what Chelsea and Tom in the rivalry, I think it will happen. I do truly think that.
I think it might happen because there's a reason why Daniel Levy went into the ESL, man, because he was financially unstable, bro.
Yep. Well, it came out when they released the debt of the clubs, the 6 clubs out of the EPL that were going in the Super League. Spurs were by far the one that needed the money the most.
Yeah.
They are in debt because of a stadium, the fact that they're not always in the Champions League, and they're relatively new to be a big 6 club, right? They're not historically a big 6 club. I'm talking about over the last 20 years, right? So they don't have the type of money, let's say, that Roman has, that he can just open a checkbook and write a check out and say, here it is. They don't have the backing that a Man City have. They don't have the money that even a Man United have by the fact that they're just a big club and they make all this revenue. So if you have your superstar saying, I want out, I am not staying here, and you have City comes in and go, well, okay, we'll give you 80 million pounds for him. Okay, that's 20 million more than they've ever spent on a transfer. And Chelsea come in and go, well, okay, we'll give you 120 and Tammy Abraham. He's then got to go back to the board and say, well, I took the 80 over the 120 plus a promising young English player. Now, is that going to fly with the board? Would that fly with our board? So you have to understand that it's just not Daniel Levy. He reports to somebody too. Only the owner reports to nobody, and he still has the board. He has to kind of keep happy. So the other thing is, why would Harry Kane ever leave London for Manchester?
Exactly.
If somebody
He is a
offers
family guy. He is a family guy.
if somebody offers you steak, are you going to say no? I want spam. No, you're going to take the steak. And that's the same thing. Leaving London for Manchester is like turning down steak to go eat spam. So he doesn't have to move his family. It's a London club. It's tailor-made for him to step in and be the missing piece to win multiple trophies. And everybody said, "Oh, we'll win the league next year." We'll be in line for the quadruple next year if we get Harry Kane.
No cap.
Raheem Sterling left London to go to Liverpool and Manchester, so it's not out of the question.
Yeah, but that just tells you about Raheem Sterling, though. He does, he's the guy that will sky a ball 5 yards up, right over the goal from 5 yards out.
Raheem was still a young guy too. A lot of people had a lot of a lot of people give him a lot of stick. Remember, the newspaper always says something bad about Raheem Sterling all the time. So that's a different case. This is Harry Kane in his prime. So I mean, with family and everything, Sterling did not have family like wife and kids back then. So
he doesn't even have to move.
Yeah,
he can just stay where he is.
Exactly. I've been saying Harry Kane to Chelsea a long time ago.
Trust me, that has a big impact.
Nah,
That has a big impact. So because we need to also forget about football. We also have to think of Harry Kane's lifestyle and the way he wants to be in the future. And that is it's a good factor to think about. But look, man,
I don't know,
Levy's
man.
just a
City.
problem. Levy's just a problem.
City's number one choice, man. It has to be. All of his guys are there. Raheem Sterling, Walker, all of them are there. Plus,
do you know about City? I think what we have one advantage over City is we both have money, but I don't know if City will offer Tottenham a player. I think we can offer them 1 or 2 players and money. So what we'll offer to Tottenham, we could have striker and a bit of money, improve our squad. So I think we do have that part over City. And if we win the Champions League, we have that over them as well.
That's what I'm saying. It's really that Champions League.
Yeah. So the Champions League will definitely be the boost for me.
Yeah.
So would it be a bigger accomplishment for Kane? I'm sorry. I apologize. Go ahead, Daniel.
Oh,
Are you talking?
Sorry about that. I was going to ask about Juventus. What about Juventus, especially if Cristiano Ronaldo leaves in the summer?
No. There's no way, Daniel.
Especially Italy.
You're not saying Ronaldo to Chelsea.
No way. No. God forbid.
All right, wait. Let him talk.
Yeah, especially in Italy. Italy is a league where counterattacking football isn't just the way to go. It's a more technical league, and he can improve about that. Most English players do not go abroad, and I wonder why, more so than myself as an American. So, yeah, I'm thinking, should he go abroad? Maybe some German clubs can be in for him. I doubt it because of the pandemic. Dortmund are kind of thin on cash, including Bayern Munich. So I would say Chelsea and City are the 2 best options for him right now. And PSG, as you said earlier, if he wants a stat pad and things like that, he can go to PSG. But, I would stay in this case.
He said, but we don't know, but he did say, or we saw Sky that he did say that he does want to stay in the Prem. So I think he's gonna go. I think by the end of the summer he's gonna be somewhere else, man. I really do think that.
Well, I think it's staying in England.
He actually has to go to save his career. He needs to win a trophy.
He needs to win something.
He's a brilliant player. And he deserves a trophy and something like that, because he doesn't deserve to be with no trophies.
Goals. If he comes to us or if he goes to City, he might break his goal scoring record. He might break the goal scoring record in the season. Because imagine a Spurs, besides Son, who else is there? Yeah, maybe Ndombele or someone, but that's it, really. If he goes to Man City or Chelsea, the amount of creative players and the amount of talented players that be around him, he's going to even score more. So he's thinking, oh shoot, you know what I mean? Like I can really beat his record. He's definitely staying in the Prem. He is not going to be leaving. And obviously for his family and everything, like he's not going to do that.
So what I was saying was, what's the bigger accomplishment? Coming to Chelsea and taking Chelsea to a Premier League title, or going to Man City and winning a title with a team that's won it 3 of the last 4 years?
Being a legend at Tottenham and not tarnishing your
I'm not gonna care if he wins.
I don't think he'll care.
That's paramount for him, in my opinion.
I don't think he'll care. Like he just.
I think he'll care, bro. Nah, I think he'll care, definitely. If he can go to Man City and still be regarded as a legend towards Tottenham fans and still win trophies, that's the point.
Oh yeah,
Because you're correct. You see, this is another thing as well. He hasn't stayed at Spurs for 8 years and also turned his back on his Arsenal childhood love just to even get them to hate them as well and go to Chelsea. I don't think it runs like that. That's the thing.
Well, it all depends who puts the bid in for him.
That's what
and
I'm
like
saying.
I said, if we come in with the higher bid, Daniel Levy's going to have some explaining to do to the board if he turns it down.
That's true.
You know, Don Corleone said it best. I made him an offer he couldn't refuse. And that's what Roman needs to do. Be the new Don Corleone.
Roman needs to twist that guy's arm and just say, "Take this money, and we're taking Kane now."
Imagine him driving past Tottenham Hotspur Stadium just to park at Stamford Bridge, bro. Well,
bro, and he comes. Imagine if he comes to Chelsea next season, we win the Champions League again. Nah, okay.
We're going to win it in their stadium next year.
That'll be hilarious, bro. We gotta win it this year first. I'm thinking about this year first.
Man, yeah, sure do have confidence as Chelsea fans. I love it.
we have to win it this year, man. There's no.
I need no excuses, Tuchel. Nothing. I need it this year. That's it. Whatever.
But beefing, man. Imagine Harry Kane, Ziyech whipping both for Harry Kane. But I know Ziyech had a bad season, but next season he might take it on.
Time will tell, innit? Time will tell in the summer. It depends on the Euros, innit? If he does
would you sell Ziyech to get Harry Kane?
No.
I'll sell Ziyech anyway.
No. We got to keep Ziyech, man.
For
Gotta
what?
keep him.
Why?
What is he? No.
Nah, bro, don't let this formation sell you dreams. I'm not sticking with this
That's what
formation.
I'm telling people. Don't let this formation sell you out, bro. Ziyech,
Yeah, bro. Let's not be reactionary. He's a very good player. He's a lot better for us.
doesn't want to be here.
So what formation would you want to see him in?
That's the thing.
Any-
I love
any of the
Ziyech,
four,
bro,
bro.
but
Ideally in 4-3-3.
No,
Ideally in 4-3-3.
Cos. What formation would you think we need to play in to get the best out of Hakim Ziyech?
We can play him in a 4-2-2 that Tuchel's played before, and he can play in a 4-3-3 as well. And that's the two I think we're going to go with next season.
Yeah,
it's tailor made for both of them.
The 4-3-3 is too predictable, though.
Nah. It'll give us width.
Exactly, and like there'll be a lot of space to attack. You know what I mean? Like when he plays this game, he's focused in the middle a lot. You know, he never really goes wide. He leaves the wide spaces for the wing backs. So when he's in this formation, he's really more in the middle, and he's trying to be at the end of the ball. Yeah, he scores a little goal, but he cannot be at the end of the ball. He has to be the guy.
He operates in the half spaces, which gives the width for the wingers as well.
Yeah.
So he can operate on the wing and he can operate in the half space.
Yeah, I agree. Like we don't know, you know what I mean? But he still has to improve in general. Like
it's the same. It's this. Oh my bad, bro. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
But it's the same way we're talking about Werner before. Where like we got to tailor make the system towards him. You know. Make so like because you know Werner was playing left wing or what, we got to make the system so that Werner has his best time in Chelsea. It's the same thing as Ziyech though. Maybe Ziyech is the guy you want to build around, not Werner. You know what I mean?
Even our defense, yeah, we don't know what defenders apart from Thiago Silva can play in the 4-back system. That's what I'm saying. This 3 at the back system is a bit of a false image because we don't know who to rely on in a 4-back system and who will play. Do you know what I'm saying? So I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves about reaching conclusion onto players that don't think are good enough. Do you know what I'm saying? So we got to just take it and see what we do next season.
Can I ask you man a question?
Go ahead.
If we take our Ziyech off the team, who would make that final pass on a consistent level?
He doesn't make it now.
Yeah, he really does.
I know he doesn't make it now.
Consistent with it now. So you're asking me to hypothesize it that first he's going to do it next year, which he hasn't done it this year, and I can't do that.
Because any other attacker hasn't done this year.
Okay, I can flip that back onto everyone else and saying, I don't think Timo Werner should stay at the club because I don't think he can score consistently. That's a reactionary take at the end of the day, because we know what Timo can offer in
Nah,
the team.
but
The same as Hakim Ziyech, in my
it's
opinion.
really not though, because I've seen Hakim Ziyech ball in the Champions League semis and Champions League on the way, being the main guy.
Exactly, bro.
But Timo, I've seen him ball in the Bundesliga, man, as a counter-attacking player. But I'm not saying we should sell Werner, no doubt, but we definitely need someone to score goals for us, and Werner is not the guy. So I understand, but I don't think we should sell Ziyech either, because we're not even playing the right formation.
Yeah, we shouldn't sell either of them, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
either of them. Yeah.
But Werner actually still gets assists and stuff. So
Nah. Those 6-yard assists, bro.
No, they're not just the
Hey,
Anybody
love
could
my
do it,
client,
bro.
please.
Honestly,
Love my
bro.
client, please, bro.
I'm sorry,
I will defend him,
bro. Hey,
I
look,
pick up John Peters saying this will be like Luis Figo from Barca to Madrid.
Yeah.
No one thought it could be done, but alas, when the price is met, Kane will be at Chelsea. Wasn't the Figo deal based on a bet that Figo made with Perez?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's like he put up his presidency on the line with Figo joining Real Madrid, and he actually went and won it.
Yeah.
So I see what you're saying in it, but I don't know. I feel like there's a lot that needs to happen for this.
Look,
deal.
bro, the scenes though. If it goes to you, bro,
So much stuff
the
has
scenes.
happened last 2 years.
Nah,
It
bro.
wouldn't shock me if Kane came to Chelsea, man. So much
Nah,
stuff
bro.
has happened.
Imagine see this guy's supposed to use the yellow thing at the bob. Harry Kane coming to Chelsea, bro. The
It wouldn't
scenes, bro.
shock me. It wouldn't shock me. Some crazy things have happened last 2 years, man. It wouldn't shock me, man.
Nah, it'll be a lot of money if he goes to win the Euros for England, and if
It
we
depends
don't.
on the Euros.
Now
bro.
that's
It
gonna
depends
be
on the
crazy.
That's not happening though, man.
That's very crazy, man. If he wins the Euros, then we're gonna have to pay like 150 for real.
I just want to clear something up real quick. There's a misnomer that we're playing three at the back because of the the center backs, and that's not true. We're playing three at the back because we don't have a holding DM. And if you play a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, you have to have somebody that's going to hold and sit. The only one that has shown to do that on a consistent basis is Jorginho. And if you leave him alone with no out ball, he's going to get run over. We've seen it the last 2 games. So that is the main reason we play three at the back, is because the center back is actually the holding mid. He's the one who can start the play. That's why our best pivot is Kante and Kovacic right now, because you don't need somebody to distribute the ball when you have Thiago Silva back there.
Yeah.
That's why Marquinhos will do the job, man. Jeez.
That's why Marquinhos, it would be
But even Marquinhos at PSG wasn't the ball playing centre back. It was really Thiago Silva at the end of the day. He was more of a destroyer, combative player. That's why I think there's a player out there called Oriellen Tchouameni who can do all of that. All of that.
No, he's not a holding. He's not a holding mid.
He's
a box to box.
No, he's not.
He's a
holding He's a holding defensive midfielder, my friend. Holding defensive midfielder. He has everything
Okay.
about him.
Well,
And we
you're
can
going
get
to put a 20-year-old in there. You're going to put a
Yeah, why not?
20-year-old in there.
Why not?
When you can go get if you can go get Marquinhos over Marquinhos.
Marquinhos is not a ball playing centre back. It's my point. He's not a ball playing centre back. He's always
How he was utilized at PSG when Thiago was there. He was.
Who was facilitating from deep in that pivot on both of them? Who was most
Marquinhos did play a bit like a CDM role though at PSG though. He did play for a while.
alongside Verratti, you know?
He played as a CDM
Verratti. He played
and would drop
4-2 with Verratti in the pivot. Verratti
and he
was
would
mostly
drop.
ball playing.
He would drop between the center backs and make it a 3 on the build-up.
Yeah.
Okay, so Marquinhos is not only a CDM, but he's a backup center back if you want to play in a 3. So you're getting 2 players for one cost because he can play 2 different positions and play them well.
I don't think he plays the
Well,
DF
anyways,
that well
unlike-
compared to centre back.
Very unlikely.
The problem is the striker.
I don't think he's gonna.
You know what I mean? That's the main problem, isn't it? At the end of the day.
It's not going to happen. He's linked with Real Madrid as well.
He's going to Real. How are all these people going to Real Madrid when they can't even pay their bills?
Exactly. Real
Hey,
Madrid.
would you man?
I don't
Would you man take
understand.
Sergio Ramos for free?
No,
You man wouldn't.
he's a red card waiting to happen, and he doesn't.
Sergio Ramos in the Premier League? No,
Nah, bro.
I'm good, bro.
What? He would smash the Premier League.
Nah,
What is
bro.
he
gonna fan the
He would.
flames here a little bit.
Red card. They do.
Are you
No, he
guys?
does
Yeah,
that.
but
I
he brings
bet.
leadership in it.
Are you man? I'm gonna shit stir a little bit.
and just put this up and see what everyone else thinks.
Kissing the badge.
Yeah.
Nah, but has anyone got a photo other than England? There's nothing.
I can't see one.
There's literally not. Man just kissing his hand.
Why is Sancho there? Oh, Sancho's there. Why is Sancho there?
He never kisses the badge. The
I'm
Tottenham
gonna
badge.
pass him like Marcus Alonso.
What if?
But when it's England,
Yeah, England, of course, England.
it's a bit mad. That I'm just here to shit stir. All of my opinions still remain the same. But I saw this all the time, man. I thought, fuck it, let me run.
Stir that pot.
What if we win the Champions League?
Damn right.
And Hurricane tweets, "I'm going to the Champions League winners," like Hazard did.
Never gonna happen.
Winners go.
That would be. Bro.
That would hurt Tottenham fans.
Bro,
Yeah.
there's gonna be
You know what?
nothing else.
I want to see how he performed in the Euros first before he makes.
Yeah, but no, hey, can I ask a question? No one's talking about his injury record though, man. Like his right ankle, bro, he's messing him up.
Yeah, but no.
No, it's not his injury record. I thought you said his injury prone though was
who?
Harry Kane.
I think Chelsea will be able to manage it. I think.
No,
He's
you
not
said
kind of, because his ankles. He gets like
Yeah,
one
his ankle, man.
every season.
I remember Van Persie was injury prone to a little bit at Arsenal too. Went to Manchester United and then just went crazy that first season.
Yeah, but look, even if we don't have Harry Kane for 1 or 2 months in the season, he's still look. Harry Kane, how many times has he been injured this season? Twice. He already but he still has 25 goals, or over 30 goals this season. You know what I mean?
What a
So,
month.
like, it doesn't really matter if he gets injured for like a month or two, because we would also have the players to go behind him. Tottenham don't. That's the problem. That was the only reason. So if he came to us, his injury record wouldn't even bother him.
Well, here's the thing that Kane has to play every game for them to even win.
Exactly.
So here he wouldn't be playing Carabao Cup games. He wouldn't be playing the early FA Cup games. He wouldn't be playing the early Champions League games where we're playing like Krasnodars and Rim and stuff. We won't need him for that. We need him for 38 in the Prem, and we need him for latter stages of all competitions.
Exactly.
He doesn't have to play every game.
No, not even on the Prem. You just need him those games where you know you need that clinical strike. And so look, and the thing is, football nowadays is not just Tuchel. And the thing is, Tuchel rotates in a way that where he thinks, you know, of the players that are best suited to the opponent, right? So maybe Harry Kane might not play this game because of that particular reason.
Nah.
So, you know what I mean? Look, we have a big enough squad yet to manage Harry Kane. You know what I mean? But then people will be saying, look, but we have Pulisic, who might be injury prone. We have Kante, he might be kind of getting his injuries. We have Hudson-Odoi. These are all these other players. So I could understand, but look, man, Harry Kane, even for 5 months in a season and gets injured for 2, I'm so...
If he's getting an injury like a ACL or maybe like a ankle injury, that he'll be done for good.
Nah, well, you could say everybody's injury prone. What's his name? KDB. Let's say we're about to sign KDB. KDB has been hurt for.
KDB is a different breed than Harry Kane.
But it's true.
He's a different breed.
But it's the same thing. You could say KDB is a little bit injury prone because he gets hurt here and there. But I mean, you could say the same thing about Harry Kane. But like, when you get that type of player, you know you guarantee 20 goals plus, and that's what we need. And like, no doubt, Harry Kane, I don't care about no injury prone. You can say everybody's injury prone.
If Harry Kane was in our team, if Harry Kane was in our team, now we would, and Tuchel maybe started at the start of the season, we would be behind Man City for the title. No.
Can I just say one thing?
We would have won. We would have beaten Arsenal. We could even also win the Champions League, because I think it's the only thing we need at the moment is a goal scoring player.
If
Harry Kane would bring that to our team,
if Harry Kane plays with Kai Havertz, bro, expect Kai Havertz to score a lot of goals, man. Because Harry Kane, the passes that he makes is ridiculous, bro.
Link up.
The guy makes. I'm telling you, bro.
Dude is amazing.
Havertz will get double figures next season, bro. If you get Harry Kane, bro, I'm telling you.
You could give Werner a lot of tap-ins, and like Man, Werner could score a
Werner
lot.
can set him up.
Nah,
Yeah,
I would like
Werner's
to,
got a good. Werner's got a good cross on him.
I would like to propose something to Timo's lawyer. Submit this to you that Harry Kane will allow Timo to score between 20 and 30 goals in the Premier League.
Exactly.
Don't worry.
It's true, because look,
you're already in
Timo
my
Werner's
parties
not a lone
anyway,
striker.
so.
Timo Werner is not a lone striker. He isn't a lone striker.
No, he
never been.
he plays off a striker.
So
a striker like Kane
would be that perfect man.
Yep.
You know, Harry
Exactly.
Kane.
Kane, Timo, and Havertz. Oh my
second
god!
striker.
And the worst part is we
Kane,
only tried to
Havertz,
play
bro.
to put Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi after that.
Nah,
Yeah,
man.
Hudson-Odoi.
I didn't put Pulisic on the pitch. Nah, you can't.
Bro.
Nah, you can't tell me that.
Play 4-3-3. Hudson-Odoi.
Hey,
Pulisic on either side. Harry Kane.
Harry Kane would elevate this team, man. Harry Kane would elevate this team to different levels, bro.
100%.
And he makes the front three so adaptable, bro. If you put him, he makes the front three whole different level, bro. I'm telling you. Bro.
So does
He makes the
Lukaku.
front three- Lukaku, yeah. You could say Lukaku as well.
Bro, but I'm just saying, imagine Rich
But
James with
Harry
those
Kane's
type of
ideal
number
for me.
9, though.
If I had a
Imagine
choice
Rich James.
between
We
them,
forget
I'll
about
pick Harry Kane over
we're forgetting about Rich James with his crosses. Imagine with those type of number 9s where they know how to use their head, especially Harry Kane or Lukaku too. Man, finally, Rich James. You know,
His
Rich James was
movement.
getting robbed for assists on every time.
And also Harry
time.
Kane's moving, man.
Yes.
This
Oh
guy's
man,
dangerous.
come
He
on,
can
Harry
score
Kane,
from
please.
any
Hey, we got
Imagine see all this. Imagine see all this for him just to go to Man City, man.
we got to start a hashtag.
Hey, if that happens, Agenda runs again, and he's a dead baller. Straight up.
Yeah, bro.
We gotta start a
You already
hashtag.
know. Agenda will agenda.
Wait, if he goes to Man City, yeah, I'm not supporting. I'm not.
Bro,
watching it.
I'm got La Liga, bro. La Liga is
So
better
now
league, bro. I'm got La Liga, fam.
What about Bayern
Serie
Munich,
A.
though? Is that would be a bit possibility?
Nah, I don't see for him going
They
Bayern
got,
Munich,
they
bro.
got the best striker in the world. They don't need a
Bro,
striker.
we're talking about
I think Kane's better than Lewandowski.
They
No,
don't
he's
have
not.
the funds.
No,
He
in
Nah,
case
man.
if Lewandowski does leave,
not.
in case, just in
Bro,
I
case.
think Harry Kane.
Nah,
We're saying
bro.
He's
he
not
wants
better
to
than
stay in
Lewandowski.
Nah, he's not
London.
better than
We
Lewandowski.
won't want to go
But I think Harry Kane's
Manchester.
better than Lewandowski,
Then
bro.
we take
Bro, he's only
every
like
other country out of the equation by default.
Well, he's already he doesn't want to leave the Premier League
how old
because
Harry
he
Kane?
wants
yo?
to.
How old Harry Kane?
He's
27.
27.
Everything
Oh, I'm not
everything
28.
Harry
And he
Kane
scored
could
like
do,
and
Lewandowski
he
could
can
do.
break Alan Shearer's record, bro. 260 goals. He can break his
He's not
record, bro.
going. He's not going anywhere, man.
That's
He's
stupid,
He's the
man.
most English guy you ever meet, man. This guy's not gonna go anywhere, man. He's
Bro,
he's
do you
gonna
actually
stick
think he's
to
gonna
his-
move abroad?
This guy.
He wants to beat that record, bro. He wants to beat that Alan Shearer record,
he
bro.
does.
Imagine
And he can.
it might sound stupid with Bas going crazy. If Harry Kane goes to Arsenal, Bas going to go nuts for sure.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Yeah, that won't happen.
They don't deserve him. They can't even.
He- hey, that is the one place he could go that he would not win a trophy.
Yeah, why would you want to go there? Like, what? You might as well stay at Tottenham. Right?
Prime Benzema or Kane, man. Prime Benzema or Prime Kane.
Prime Kane.
Prime Kane. Prime Kane. Because
Nah, I'm middle, you know.
I don't know,
I think
man.
Prime Benzema, you know.
I don't
Kane
know,
does
man.
it
Think
in the
about
Premier
what
League.
you say.
Even happen.
Think
I
about what
know,
you
man.
say, Benzema.
I get what you lot say
Careful
Kane
what
because
I said
Benzema
there,
and
bro.
Ronaldo, bro.
At Tottenham, stat padding the way that he does. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Just
That's true.
imagine if he was at a serious football club.
No,
Kane
Finish.
would have the same number of goals here at Bayern Munich, 100 million %. More than
If
ever.
Kane was at a Chelsea or a United or a City, he's probably already 30 goals off Shearer's record.
Bro,
If
I'm
not
gonna
already
shed it.
matching
Bro, if he goes to Chelsea, bro, I'm gonna shed a tear, bro. I don't care, man. I'm gonna cry, bro. Bro, he's gonna elevate our team so good, bro. I'm telling you.
because we finally have the guy. Finally have a striker that's proven, like not in any other league.
And look, man, a striker wins you games. Like Harry Kane, if he comes to a team, the amount of games where we'll have a poor game, the amount of times that Harry Kane gets Tottenham the wins, and because Tottenham are playing bad or something.
Jamie,
Trust
man.
me,
Alex.
plays.
Master FK.
Jamie,
And what-
explanation,
and
please.
Jamie, you won't be saying that if he's in a Chelsea shirt, bro. I know.
The reason I say this because he doesn't speak better English to Havertz, man. That's why I say it, bro.
Alex
Bro,
made a good
if Kane
point
comes,
because
Havertz is not sniffing striking spot, bro.
Alex makes a good point because the keeper and the striker is one of the two most unforgiving roles in football. So like if striker's not scoring, he gets shitted on, but if the keeper's not, they just recognize that one chance. And Mendy saves us points and Kane will win us points. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Do you man see Havertz playing as a shadow striker? behind Harry Kane?
Man, Kai should
I
just.
don't know, man.
Well, it depends on the formation.
I think Kane makes everybody around him better.
If you're playing a 4-2-2-2, you would have Kane and Timo up top, and underneath them you would have Havertz and a choice
Pulisic?
Pulisic, Mount, or Callum.
I put
oh yeah, true. Mason Mount will be playing probably
Look,
as
man,
well.
Mount over Havertz.
Jesus, like, look, is it going to happen? I don't know, man. But if it does happen,
Bro, it's just interest, man. I don't know why we're getting
our
gassed.
team would be unstoppable.
Yeah,
I'm starting a hashtag Harry Kane and Chelsea, man. Come on.
So my thing on Ziyech is I think he's a fantastic player, but he's played most of his life at one level.
Nah, bro. He proved that the Champions League as well, man.
Bro, you can
Can I at least finish?
Nah, I want to hear Jessica. He kind of
Go ahead.
So when you come, it's not one step up from the Eredivisie to the Premier League. It's 2 steps up.
That is true.
All right?
Okay.
So he's coming 2 steps up at 27, 28. Apparently, according to his agent, he is not enamored with London. Okay? So he doesn't really like where he is. So all those things being taken in consideration, if you had to, other than Tammy and Giroud, who we know are gone in the summer, if you had to say what attacker would leave this summer, it would be Ziyech, based on those things. I don't think Ziyech is crap. Okay, I banter people. So that's what we all do. But I don't think that Ziyech's game actually translates to the Premier League because, and we're not talking about Champions League, because he's played better in the Champions League. Guess what? You play against teams that will give you more space. And Ziyech needs space to play in. If you're playing against a physical team that shuts you down and gives you no space, that's when he struggles.
Yeah, that's very true because he doesn't have no right foot in it. He just go on his left, so it's predictable in that one.
Okay, well, you could say that, but let Ziyech play with a number 9, a guy that's in the box a lot.
Yeah.
And then we could talk about his assists because he's been robbed for a lot of assists this year too. And you can say that about Ziyech, about coming from the Eredivisie to the Premier League. You could say that, but you could see sauce with your eyes. You don't even have to know. The dude is a baller. But the problem is that you could say the same thing about Werner. In tight spaces, I know I keep bringing him up, but in tight spaces, he's not very good. He's not so effective as when you give him space to run into. But Ziyech has never even played with a number 9 or a guy that he could whip the ball to the far post to a lot. I think we're giving up on Ziyech too early.
I think Ziyech will stay because he's a luxury.
Yeah,
player.
I do like Ziyech.
There's no player. Look, do I think?
Yeah, I know him.
Yes. I think has he been good enough this season? No, he hasn't been good enough. But I still think he's going to stay because he's the player that in our team. There's no player like him. There's not a player like he's got. He's more of a unique player in our team. If it was down to Chelsea, maybe it would be a Hudson-Odoi or Pulisic or Tammy Abraham. There's no player that's similar to him in a way. So actually having him in the team would be a good. Look, do I think he should start next season? I don't know, but as a part of a squad member, I think he's very important.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to be a part of a squad. He wants to be a nailed-on starter.
Next season is different, bro.
I think it's the mentality also. I do question his mentality. Maybe he's not mentally the type of player. Look, for example, in Amsterdam, when he was playing in the Dutch league, there was only 3 or 4 big games in the season. All the other games, he didn't always have to. His level of performance didn't always have to be at a high level performance.
I think
maybe he's a type of player who doesn't have that drive to always perform. So maybe that can also be.
I think next season we're gonna have a preseason. So we don't even know who's gonna start or not start. So the preseason is gonna tell us. So
look, man.
I think it all depends on Tuchel's formation. I think if he carries on playing with the back 3, I see him leaving. If he goes back to a back 4, I see him staying. That's what I think.
Well, to go to a back 4, you have to bring in a holding DM.
Yeah, and
I've been saying I want another DM in the squad anyway.
But whether back 3 or back 4, I still want to stay because I want him to get extra season. Because people are saying Werner should deserve an extra season. So why can't I keep that same energy on Ziyech?
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Other
that's
context,
true.
though.
No,
Other
all the-
context. Other context. When does the preseason start? Is it straight after the Euros, or maybe like a gift?
Nah, there'll be a break in between. Like these players need rest.
There'll be a
It'll be like
couple.
Probably like
mid-July.
3 week break. Probably like 3 week break. Something like
You
that.
know,
Yeah, 2 to 3 weeks, and that's
you
it.
also have to forget. You have to remember something, right?
Also, they got Copa America as well, though. Some of our players going to be Copa America, but yeah.
They have to go.
Well, yeah, that means they'll just come back late. Players won't come back at the same time.
Yeah.
It'll all be dependent on when they get eliminated. As soon as they get eliminated, they're on their break.
Well, Ziyech is good because he doesn't have none of those, so you know he could.
He'll be one of the first players back.
Yep.
Yeah, look, you know, I agree with what you said. I think, look, you also have to think in the senses where I think we all know he's a really good player, but look, COVID has an effect on, trust me, not being able to do stuff, not being able to, like, maybe go out, go to a bar, go and have a social life that puts in the right mind.
Stop it, Jamie.
It does have a quite big impact on a footballer in general, right? On his performance levels, on his character. So maybe Ziyech is the type of guy where he struggled also through COVID. I'm not blaming. That's not the reason I think he's been performing. He hasn't been up to the standards, but it can also have an effect on that. Also, the likes of Timo Werner, I have it. So let's see next season. See what he does when things are more opened up. Tuchel's had a preseason. This team is. Ziyech has been in one season. Look, Ziyech has also been across two managers who. Frank Lampard was just telling him to cross the ball. To now, this manager wanting to play in a 3-4-3 system as a holding eight. So I wouldn't put too much blame on Ziyech. Look, I think he needs to improve.
I think.
But look, we need to see next season, man.
People are too reactionary, man. I think we should give all these new signings a season.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
That's what I think, bro.
We're a bit impatient sometimes, but yeah.
You like me then, because I always give a new player normally a season too, because I don't like to be reactionary. What's happened? They become good as well. We've messed up on Salah, Lukaku even now. Like we have messed up on players and just lost them. And now
we just need to
Lukaku
offload the
back.
deadwood, man. That's what we need to do. I think we should.
And look, besides Sancho and maybe Leon Bailey, those are the only two wingers at the moment that could be our next upcoming, right?
No Leon Bailey.
Okay, maybe
No.
Jadon Sancho, right? He's
Why?
the only one, right? So there's not a lot of options at the moment. So if you go and sell Ziyech, if you don't want anymore, who are you going to bring in? Yeah, you could play Hudson-Odoi, but we only have 3 wingers in our team, and if we change formation, only 3 wingers in our team might be a bit of a problem. So we actually might have to go and even buy more of another winger, because look, we saw under Lampard, 2 of the wingers got injured, and we had to play Mount as a right winger. So you know what I mean? That can also be a problem.
Yeah, but Tuchel will just change the system if that happens. He's not married to a system.
Yeah,
he's not going to say.
No, he's not.
That's why he's a good manager. He can change. He does change.
The only player that would swap Ziyech for is Grealish. That's it.
Yeah,
that's all the player would swap Grealish for.
And the thing on Leon Bailey is he is so inconsistent playing, and he's played with better players and had worse seasons. So
you
now
say that about Pulisic,
huh?
Yeah.
Say again.
You didn't say that about Pulisic. That's what I said. I think.
I didn't say that about what. Say what about him?
Well, I think what you meant about the Pulisic. What about Pulisic? I think.
No, I was saying that you're saying like he's inconsistent, but we could say that about Pulisic, even though he comes like at the end of the season a lot. You know what I mean? I feel like Leon Bailey.
He was injury prone.
Hold on, I can't.
Is he injury prone or inconsistent? You gotta pick one of the two.
I mean, I think he's both. Because sometimes like he comes at the end of the season, but sometimes he doesn't do well a lot of the time. Like the past few games,
young player,
not the game.
So young player, though.
I think Pulisic on his day is one of our most important players. But that's when he turns up. You know what I mean?
He's our best attacker on his best day.
You guys, I've got a question for you guys. Who do you think is the most talented player at Chelsea, man? Chelsea Football Club.
For me, Pulisic. It has to be Pulisic.
It's Pulisic on
the most
For
talented.
me, without shadow of a doubt, bro. Without shadow of a doubt, Pulisic.
No, AC.
You knew that was coming out,
bro. Of course, you need that.
Are you talking about attackers or the whole team?
No, just in general.
Either or, the point still stands.
No, our best player is either Kante or Thiago Silva.
Most talented players is different.
My client, obviously.
So who's the best player then? Kante then?
Yeah, Kante or Thiago.
I think Conte's our best player, but if you're talking about talented as in can do things that nobody else on the team can do as far as skills, and somebody's got.
No, like raw talented footballer.
You don't know, mad
maybe
echo.
looking more at the attacking phase, maybe not looking more at the defensive, but just if you think of a footballer and a talent, and Kai Havertz has to be there, man.
Kai is up there.
Kai
Have a Kai or Chris.
But Kai Havertz is not really good of a finisher, though. I mean, he's all right. I mean,
Nah, he can develop, bro. He can develop.
yeah, he could develop, but I still say Pulisic is like pure talent. The way he glides on the ball, you can't touch him, and all he needs is just to play consistent games. Like I've been mad, like this big game, Tuchel has been taking him off on and putting him for the Arsenal game. It should have performed, but like
To be honest, I see where Tuchel's coming from because.
Oh
like,
man,
Pulisic
have you seen Tuchel's recent quotes about the FA Cup?
he's probably chatting
He
nonsense.
said, I want to be very clear. The task was, let's try everything to be in the top 4. The task was not, let's try everything to win the FA Cup, because the FA Cup, as big as it is, does not bring you to Champions League football next season.
Whoa.
So, was that a rotated side for the FA Cup final with the second Leicester game in mind?
Yes, it was.
No. Okay.
know.
Now,
Excuses.
suddenly I'm not as mad. Okay.
Lewis. Tuchel's brought to Chelsea.
No, okay, wait, hold on.
No, I completely understand that.
Say the quote again.
Lewis.
That's lowering standard right there. I remember, come on now, no way.
Bro,
Wait,
I'm
hold
not
on.
surprised he did that. The ball brought him in to get Chelsea back into the top
Everything,
4. That
if
was
you're
his
a
number
big-
one aim.
If you're a big
let
team,
me
you
speak.
should be
Let me
I
winning
told him about the
everything.
word, man. I told him about
Yeah, I know that we should. The players that played let him down. But I understand the rotation now. That makes sense.
Hold on. Let me speak.
Wait, what did I miss?
So if that was the case and he was going for the top 4, why did he play that rotation against Arsenal?
He said to prepare them. Like he gave Kepa
No.
a start.
No, because he was rotated.
I'm just saying with the Arsenal game, he said he gave Kepa a chance in the Arsenal game. So
To
he
be
could
fair, it was a
prepare
slightly
for the
stronger
Leicester
team.
game. That's what
Because
he said.
Rudiger came back for it. Kante came back for it, but Kante had a potential injury, so he was rested regardless. Front three, that was our strongest front three in the Arsenal game, in my opinion. They all let themselves down in that game, except for Pulisic, who had an injury early on into the game. But yeah, like the only changes were in midfield, to be honest, and Kurt Zuma and Kepa, of course. And Kepa, but Kepa was a bit of a warm up for this game too. I understand it. Now that quote's opened up a lot to me now. I'm not really as angry with the lineup as I originally was. I didn't wasn't even that pissed off him in general.
Bro. That
Do you want the
I was
starting
actually
lineup
never
for
angry
tomorrow?
lineup.
I'll give you the starting.
Go on.
Well, but
I'll give you the starting
then why
lineup
did
for
Billy
tomorrow.
play against Arsenal? Then? Go on.
It's
just
going to be
Tuchel starting
Mendy in
lineup.
goal, of course.
I'm expecting a strong lineup.
It's going to be Rudiger, Thiago, AC, Chilwell, Conte, Kovacic, RJ, and the
Cho.
front three will be knowing Tuchel. That's not what I would play, but it's going to be Werner, Havertz, and Mount.
No, I think it's going to be Havertz, Pulisic, and Mount.
I think
If he
Hudson-Odoi starts
Werner
tomorrow.
again, if Tuchel
I
starts
think
Werner
Werner's going to play
again,
again, man. I think Werner's going to play against Leicester.
Yeah, I think Werner's going to play. He might.
Bruv, I'm not
Shows.
surprised if he puts Werner there, bruv. Just
look,
saying.
I don't
shows,
even care.
yeah.
If Tuchel starts Werner in the Champions League finals, bro.
Yeah, but
Just look at
yeah, with
look at the subs. Look at the subs. Look who didn't play.
Tell me.
And we're 2 days out from, or 3 days out from the final.
And still no Hudson-Odoi.
No Hudson-Odoi too. Like, why not? Why is Werner playing over Hudson-Odoi? Like,
How many goal contributions does Callum have this year?
oh well, because he barely plays.
He's barely playing.
Werner.
Okay, and you have to understand why Timo plays, because Timo stretches the defense and allows.
Thank
space.
you.
Hold on.
But you do realize that point's conditional.
That aggressive applause.
You do realize that point's conditional.
How was I doing that? That's just like that.
That point only stands
Sounds like
where
someone
the
is
defense is
doing
not as
something
rigid. You do realize.
He stretches the defense. What for real? I mean,
only when
exactly,
the defense
bro.
can be stretched. Only
Yeah.
when the defense
What?
can be stretched.
Okay,
It
he
doesn't work
stretches
against
the
good
defense.
defensive teams.
Let's say he stretches the
Tell
defense.
them.
Give him the ball at the wing, 1-on-1. What does he do? Nothing.
Exactly. We need an ISO player on the wing.
It irritates me the way he plays. Like, bro,
And that's where
come on,
Sancho
think.
comes in.
Do something. Do something special.
Let me tell you,
Yeah, but he's not that talented. He's not talented.
He's not good enough. I don't want to hear he stretches the defense. You could bring someone else that's right.
but whenever Cho comes on the field, the energy changes.
He doesn't have a good touch, but he could stretch.
It's not that. I think there's too many players that are optimized in one position that have to compete for that same position. I think Callum's better on the left. I think Pulisic is better on the left.
I think about Callum.
Mason plays on the left. Timo plays on the left. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but we didn't buy Timo to play on the left, though, if you really think about it.
But he occupies that position.
No, wait,
That's
but
the thing.
Bro, we knew we had Pulisic, Callum, and everything. We did not get Timo. Truth be told, we did not go in the market last season to get another winger or another guy that operates on the left. We thought
I agree.
Timo was going to be a striker, but he did not work out like that. We got found
we
out.
didn't get him to be a striker. We got him to be a goal scorer.
A goal scorer.
Not to be a
A
striker.
striker is a goal scorer. It doesn't mean a striker could be a striker from either off the front three. I didn't say a center forward. So we got him to be a striker in a sense, which he's not doing his job as a striker. And you guys give him, he stretches the field. He gives 6-yard assist. Oh well, thank you, bro. But can you give me something in the moment where I need you to score? I need you to do something where you're in the box and you get the ball at one shot. You don't even gotta take a touch. Something.
Okay, but brother,
Look, man, he's not that.
Anyone, man.
The thing is, I agree, man. And the thing is, I'm a big critic of Timo Werner, but the thing is, he's not that player.
Well, I'm sorry.
He's not.
Wait, hold on. Before I start,
The only thing he
No,
does.
I could go this longer, but
He's not talented. He can't dribble.
Are we going to leave in about
Yeah,
5
that's true.
minutes?
The only thing he does.
okay.
And look, and yeah, I agree. Look,
I have to. The only way to get the best out of Werner is play a system that only suits Werner, bro.
Suits him, yeah.
Exactly. That's the only way.
One because we play 10 low blocks a
And
season.
the main,
Hey,
you're right, Louis.
having Harry Kane.
You could say, okay,
That's when Nagelsmann played.
Playing against a Manchester City or a Leeds United, cool. But when you're playing Burnley and fucking Sheffield
Leicester.
But the main thing about Werner is that Werner likes coming back to receive the ball. He doesn't ever really stay forward.
Yeah,
Like,
but half the time he's being forced back to get the ball.
No,
because there's-
Yeah. I don't think he likes going deep.
nah, bro, he comes back. He wants to be in the play. He doesn't like.
No, I don't think he likes going
That
deep. You
makes
know, I
sense,
think it.
Have you seen the amount of times where Timo Werner's been one-on-one with a defender? And then have
Yeah,
you
bro.
thought to yourself, imagine that was Callum or Pulisic in that
That's what I'm
position?
saying. Yeah.
Boy, come on, you nit.
But I remember that Man City game where he was 1-on-1 with Ruben Diaz, bro, and then he shifted onto his right foot, and then the defender just blocked him out of the way, man.
Yeah.
This
that's
pisses me
what
off,
I'm
bro.
saying.
Like,
I said this on a few streams ago.
He's not. My bad, bro. Go ahead. I'm trying.
Christian Pulisic is the best player in a one-on-one situation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, undoubtedly, yes. So,
Bro, without
else
a
is-
doubt, there's no reason why Tuchel should be not starting him in big games. But you start
So,
Werner.
yes,
Like, Werner's going to cost my man's his job. All right. You already did to
but
Lampard.
you know what about Pulisic? Pulisic is not that type of player to start and then start with start with the bang. He's more like a type of player to come off the bench and then
No,
bring
he's
energy.
not. No, he's not.
No,
He is, bro. He
fuck
is.
that, bro.
wait,
No,
wait,
he's
hold
not.
on,
That's what I
hold
think,
on,
man.
hold on.
He's not a
Let me
man.
go, let me
No,
go, let me
He
go,
is,
let me
bro.
go,
he's
let
not
me
a
go.
super
No,
sub.
man.
No, you're not.
Wait,
finna say
no,
that.
no, 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 no,
No.
no, no.
Like,
No, wait,
Stop that right there.
hold on.
Bro, he's Hazard's
Hold
replacement.
on.
Nah, I'm not going to keep.
Nah,
You're not
nah,
going to make a
this is not
number
Hazard.
10 or a super sub.
Man
What are you
says super
talking
sub,
about?
bro.
Perhaps let
Respect
me
Pulisic.
go.
and he's not a super sub,
Let
bro.
me go real
All
quick.
I'm
Let me
saying
go
is,
real
That's what he is. That's basically what you
all
said.
I'm saying is,
No.
played
Wait,
better
wait.
when he came off the bench. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
Okay,
no,
wait.
no.
Let
Yeah,
me
man,
reply
he's
to that.
starting
Let me
game.
retort. Right. Basically, Pulisic is not a super sub in terms of he can just come on and change the game. But when we are winning a game and he comes on, he's able to hold that ball up, and he's one of the best in our teams. But he should be starting than doing that there. We have Hudson-Odoi that can come on and hold the ball up if we want to maintain our lead.
Yes, no cap. Go ahead, no cap.
So I think tomorrow Hudson-Odoi should be playing at right wing back. We must be aggressive from the start. But anyway, regarding Kane, if we had Kane, I think Werner could flourish at Chelsea.
Nah.
Absolutely.
I don't think.
Absolutely.
I believe he could. I definitely
Look at
believe
Son.
it.
I believe we could, but I believe
No, it's true. It's true.
in his position.
Because when Werner had a big man in Paulson playing that number 9, occupying the number 9. He flourished, even though he missed chances here and there. He put 35 goals or whatever. So to have a big number 9 there to occupy the number 9 position and take the role of being that goal scorer,
But let me ask you,
that guy you feeding
But
the balls to.
can I
how
ask a
many
question?
goals was the
Harry Kane
number
is a great
9
way to play.
scoring? How many goals
Can
was
I-
the number 9 scoring in Leipzig? You think
He's
Kane?
not scoring, but
Over 35
when that ball,
No, not Werner. I'm talking about the striker he was playing with. How many goals was he scoring?
He was scoring a
I'm saying
few,
he
but not as
occupied the
much as
number
Werner.
9.
Exactly.
He
And you think
occupied the number
we'll
9.
let Werner be scoring up to 35 goals? Look, I don't even think Werner. Look, Werner could flourish with Kane, but I feel like another person in that position that does what he does could flourish more than because he could be more clinical than Werner. You know what?
Yeah, it's true.
One
I guess
worry
you got-
with Werner. Yeah, one worry with Werner. Even if you give him the most perfect pass, I think his touch lets him down, bro. That's what I think.
Yeah, no, I
His
agree.
touch, his IQ.
His touch is inconsistent.
Yeah, that's
No,
what I
no,
think.
no.
His touch is
It
inconsistent.
can be
bro.
good at times and it can be really bad. I've seen
If
it.
he develops his touch, bro, I think he'll
Look,
flourish.
bro, there's something called striker instincts. Like strikers just have this thing. Like if you're in the box, I know I keep bringing him up, but when I was watching a couple of Van Persie highlights, and that's just a striker that's just amazing. Just control, shot, left foot, right foot, anything. You know, that's the type of guy I want to be leading the line and to call a guy that wants to score goals. Werner doesn't look like he wants to score goals. It looks like, okay, I'm gonna do whatever I can to help the team. I'm gonna try my best.
I don't.
Hold on, no.
I think that's
Okay,
very true.
I don't know
what-
if you think Timo doesn't. How can you say Timo doesn't want to score goals when he's always making runs into the box?
Everybody,
It's not about him scoring goals. It's not about him scoring
No,
goals.
you
It's
saying he
about-
doesn't want to score goals. I think he does. He just misses.
He does want.
He lacks the
doesn't wanna-
basic fundamentals as a football player.
It's like
Not just physically, but mentally as well.
He does want to score goals. But look, we bought him for £50 million to score goals, and now people are putting out this argument that he's underrated.
I have to make my own penitentiary at this rate.
He's killing him.
People putting out this argument that he's underrated. I know people putting out this argument that he's underrated. He's not underrated. He was underwhelming for like parts of the season, but people not recognizing that.
Not underrated.
You could say,
But,
I'm not saying he doesn't want to score goals. I'm just saying that he's not the guy that like I have to score goals. No, he will. Whatever I could do to help the team. If I give a little pass back to assist, yeah, let's go, guys. Okay, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I have this mentality like I'm gonna score a goal. He's not that type of guy. And
No, I don't like people
Right.
hyping him up for something that
I can't lie. I'm gonna have to wrap up the stream here because I got to head up. Big up everyone who's locked in. We will be back tomorrow for another live stream. Probably going to do a lineup reaction pre-match,
Big up,
and
Richard.
probably
Big
going to
up,
be talking
Richard.
about strikers again. So let's get straight into it. But big up everyone who's been locked in. Big up the panel as well. Great discussion, and we will be back tomorrow. Take care, like and subscribe, and as always, up the Chelsea.